What's up, guys? Sound Squirrel here. Oh, there we go. Let me just do that. What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. I'm glad you're all here. We're just kind of getting started. We're letting everyone pop into Discord here for our game. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Yeah, if I will kind of do a little recap of where we are in the game. We've gone into basically the realm of hell in this game. There's a city that we were in, flying above kind of the main landscape. And now we finished up everything that we wanted to do there, and now we're down on the actual level. So yeah, things are going to get interesting. I'm playing, for those of you who want to know, I'm playing a Ranger Barbarian. No, sorry. A Goliath Ranger. I was a Barbarian last campaign. We have a human Bard. A 3 ASMR. 2 of them are already. Good thing I got a drink. We're gonna start this off already, I guess. All right, let's see what we're getting. Let's see what we got. I'm not too excited, but all right, let's see what we get. We got a good popcorn or rotten egg is what we landed on. For those you wanted to see, right there. I'm not excited for this one. I think this is the one. Yeah, this one looks like it. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, actually, I grabbed the wrong one, but actually, they look the same, to me at least. So I ended up getting a birthday cake, so it's not bad. So I'll take it. Starting off, we got our drink, little rum and coke with us. So yeah. How is everyone? How is everyone's weekend going? There we go. See what's going on. But yeah, I think we're waiting for. Oh, there we go. We got everyone in Discord now. Talking about malls and computer conventions and stuff. Yes, I am drinking out of a mason jar. There we go. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. A lot of cool things are happening. I'm not going to be live as much. Hey. I was going to say, are your settings all set up correctly? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to list off mine because everything's crazy. I can show you all like the audio stuff I have to deal with later. I've got a whole like digital audio mixer. I've got like 10 different things running through. Yeah, we can. Let me yeah, I'm gonna bring Discord in so we're here. So so you guys can hear the fun. There we go.
So I'm running campaigns on Fridays.
There we go.
That party
You guys should be able to hear them.
You'll be happy to hear one of your kids.
I can't do
Basically
Fridays.
saying
I'm
he's
always
cheating on you.
I'm a manager at a winery, so
There we go.
I can't be doing. I have to do like weddings and
Oh,
shit.
no, I was just saying so you
Well, where's my invite?
You're not invited, Mark.
You're not invited, Mark. This is the cool kids
He
club.
has another Canadian, and you're not there.
Well, this one specifically, like a Quebec Canadian.
Oh, you're gonna throw Quebecers onto the fucking table?
The worst.
That's the knack.
I know that some.
Je
parts-
suis allé.
I know that some parts of Canada hate
Canada. You can say Canada. It's okay.
Canada.
Canada?
I know that some parts of Canada hate Quebec, like with a passion.
Some parts of Quebec hate Canada. It goes both ways, baby.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
goes
I was
both
just aware
ways.
of the whole politics of Canada and like the French versus the non-French speaking. That's
Yeah, I mean the younger generation doesn't give a shit. The older generation is a little bit more proud of their French heritage, but the younger
Don't
people
call
are
it
like,
pride,
Yeah.
It's literal elitism.
it's pride. It's not elite. I mean, these are
Then
people
they
that
go to
like spoke
France.
It's
French
just
and were proud to
French
speak
pride,
French.
which means
then they-
it's real strong.
Listen, you're not a Canadian, so I don't expect you to understand. How about that? How about that?
But then they go to France.
A boot.
And they, like the French people hate them too.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I
Nobody
know,
hated
yeah.
me. I got a
If
French
you
last
speak
name.
French but not the right French, the French will hate you.
I speak French,
It's
but
a
in the right
guarantee.
English.
That's an existing.
Now, see,
So
I don't
where-
have a.
Apparently, pride doesn't exist in Canada.
Oh, that's not true. Pride definitely exists
Hey.
in Canada. That's not true.
Chat. They say
oh,
oh,
Canada, and I just
We,
find that
we
Only
had
ma-
gay marriage before you guys did. How does that even
Hold
make
on.
any sense?
hold on. Apparently, Canada only has maple syrup and moose.
Very
Mark?
funny.
And Mark.
This is from
Very
chat.
funny.
This is
That's
from
very
chat.
good.
Okay.
your
That's
police
very
are called
good.
mountains.
When the fuck was this roast
They
Canada?
actually
Like,
do, they
when the
actually
No,
fuck
look, we
did I
can't
get
let
on
you
this?
have it on the
As
horse
soon as my
police. Horse
webcam
police
works,
is a
that's
good
when you guys
idea.
go hard in the paint. And I will not stand for it.
Listen, we see
What
a
else are
Canadian
we
who has-
using horses for
You've been
now?
holding this in so that way when your computer started working again.
Yeah.
It's on Discord. What do you mean?
Listen, we see a Canadian, we have to jump.
Oh fuck. Whatever. Hey, you know what? Talk to me when you fix your gun laws. How about that? Talk to me
Listen.
when you like stop having school shootings. All right.
I want them fixed just as much as you do. I literally
doubt.
am not going.
We're backing out of that because I don't want any kind of that. Yeah. Yep. Nope. So yeah, I don't want part of that stuff in my stream. So I'm just muting the Discord until we get the yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm not gonna say too much over that. So yeah. But yeah. I say I'm excited to get into this. Thanks guys for that. But yeah, I just need to mute that for a little bit. But yeah, people have their own opinions on that stuff. I try to keep that out of here. I mean, I have my own opinions. They have their own opinions. We're just gonna not have that. So I'm just gonna until that conversation is over. But yeah, so. Uh, 4,000 4,000 channel points you can. It's not just for everybody. We got rum and coke. Yep, 4,000. Times 100. Rack up those points. I mean, it's not like free, it's not like money. Yeah, it can. All right, I'm gonna bring that back in.
So,
Yeah, so back to
uh,
hell. Huh.
welcome
Yeah.
back.
Woo!
What the hell?
Also known as the United States.
Ooh, nice
yet.
map.
Not yet. That still needs to be. Still needs to be floated over.
I don't think anybody saw me on the webcam, but I did kind of lanky.
The fuck you. You got me fucking bad. Sirenscape is up and running.
I need to
So
pull that up.
for any of those who need to still log in if you're interested.
God, I'm afraid to put something else on this if not gonna crash the internet. But I'll try.
Pakistan does have a little bit of trouble
Internet.
There we
of
go.
internet, so it will just have to play that one by ear.
Yeah.
If she
There we go.
jumps in and jumps out, we'll. If she jumps back in afterwards, not a drama. Or if she doesn't come back, well, that's on her.
To get the full XP, I think.
We'll see.
Based on past things, when Mark got to full XP because his internet shut off, it was fine. If your internet shuts off, cool. If you just dip, that's different.
Yeah.
What do you mean, let's see, Andrew? That hurt.
We will see. All right. Apart from that, I don't really have anything important coming up. If anyone else does, any planned excursions? No.
I'll let you know.
Okay. So, uh, does anyone want to recap the warehouse?
I mean, I can.
Currently, three.
I gotta figure out how best way to do
Actually,
this.
just before we hit that as well, one thing I was going to mention. This is I'm going to reiterate.
Oh, where is he?
Once, it'll be partly through Fort
He's sleeping.
Nutcracker, as well as once we finish.
See if I can
Fort
twist him over.
It will. This campaign
Oh,
does.
I can't
open
turn
up will be opening up into a more open world experience.
Can't
whereas
turn it
before
all the
was
way.
Very linear, as you've experienced.
See if I can get him over here.
Next, this area going onwards is going to be very open. There'll still be known or key things that
Yeah, I
you
know.
sort of progress down, but the ways you can get to the end result is very much open, so to speak. So
we can go through portals now.
I wouldn't
You
say
see
you
that
can
on
go
my-
through portals.
There we go.
I will still
Puppy.
advise if something
This
is
is my dog, Oakley.
if something is deviating drastically, but the amount of different ways you can go to the end result
There you go.
is going to vary up drastically.
One of these days, I will actually have a
So-
cam set up
Love
with a
Mark
button.
games.
Just giving you guys a heads up if things all of a sudden don't seem as straightforward as they have.
Yes, he is.
All right.
I do have a question. Have we technically left to do like? Can we not do any more shopping?
We're not in El Terrell.
You're not an Elturel anymore.
Okay.
There is.
We've
so-
jumped ship,
We haven't
so to
gotten
speak.
there yet, and it's kind of a safe haven. But something like information that we were given when we first entered Avernus was that there would be a wandering emporium, and it's just kind of like neutral territory. We don't know
Got
if
it.
there are going to be shops there or anything like that, or if they're going to take currency. Because I think above game and like metagamey type stuff, Avernus's currency is soul coins and not regular.
I kind of want to make a bag of
material
holding.
currency.
I kind of want to make a bag of holding.
And you
It's
can
always just
definitely-
useful to have.
You can
No,
always
straight up,
attempt to,
100%.
but there are always different avenues. There will always be some avenues later on, even here potentially that you could use to.
Or you could make a devil
Well,
deal
well,
for
part
while
of
Felix
life.
is gone.
Yeah.
So
We never guaranteed it.
I wouldn't rule it out, but anything that has been previously known is now pretty much past.
Well, and can we come back by flying up again? I mean,
You
I do
could.
have. Okay, so I mean,
You
if
could
we want to
attempt
make a
to.
run,
You could always attempt to, but I don't know. That depends on how and where and how you want to go through this area. I suppose you might say this.
By the way, we
route.
never really discussed plot-wise how we're gonna end up returning. Quick question: Agnes already has access to 4th level spellcasting, correct?
yes, I actually do have polymorph so that I can polymorph into a giant eagle, and I can just fly in them back and forth.
Well, there's that.
Yes.
Did you by chance take the banishment spell? Because I remembered a specific line of banishment.
I think I did. Hold on, let me check.
Because it's normally used to like take an enemy out of combat, but I forgot the line that says,
It's its
if an
home
enemy is
plane.
not native to this plane, you send it to its home plane, and if you concentrate on the spell for the entire minute, it does not return.
No,
So
I did.
if you cast the spell and concentrate on one of the people in the party for a minute, they are just permanently returned to the prime material.
Yeah, no, because I only had to choose one, and it was polymorph, and I was confusing it with blink. But that actually can be on my next level up.
It's not like
Yeah,
a
we'll
super
see.
pressing thing. I was just like, I realized that we had never actually discussed how we're getting back.
I could maybe just find us a portal.
In any case,
Can you
does
banish
anyone?
yourself though?
So back to the recap. If someone would like to recap our adventure,
Come on, golden boy. You know you
So, say last time we finished up with the dock, and then made our way to the shield hall for a rest. Let him know we were deucing out, and then parachuted down to this place.
Like a grade 5 speech. It's beautiful.
That's really what happened. We finished the doghouse, rested, and
Yeah,
dipped.
that's really what we did.
so
Killed a couple
overall,
things.
since leaving the prime material, you've since come down to Avernus. You have helped rescue and stabilize the situation in Altarel, sorry. And since you have received a vision through Older Ravengard, that in order to
Well, I mean,
progress
sometimes
through
you
the
get
sea,
something
to
over
potentially seek an audience
over 21, or over 20,
someone in
and sometimes you
Old
get something
Maggie with
under 1.
Fort Knucklebone.
So, but maybe not every time. Maybe just every time we roll.
Descending down onto Avernus proper, you spent a couple of days in order to travel, and you find yourselves currently outside of Fort Knucklebone. You find yourself in front of this fortified compound, sitting atop a low plateau that rises out of a crater-pocked landscape. At the center of this compound is a hill of rust-colored stone, resembling a hand crawling out of the ground, with gaps between the fingers. A jagged wall made of bones and metal debris surrounds this hand-shaped hill.
Take a
Items
shot.
visible from a distance
Oh man.
include a gatehouse of which you have approached, atop which stands a
I
dozen.
don't know if I could do a shot.
A half dozen small figures on watch.
Where did I put my water? I actually had water somewhere, but I'll just do this for now.
At this point, I'm going to say that you're still approaching. If there is anything else you want to do prior to actually arriving at the gatehouse.
I imagine over the course of the past couple of days, Alvin will have resummoned Thistle, so I do have my little homunculus sitting on my shoulder.
Yeah, I do have my familiar too.
You have your imp. Yes.
Oh,
That I remember.
forgot
Is the
about
specific-
that.
Is
Nice.
specifically like find steed and find familiar made them like infernal.
And my familiar
And Felix got a hot
speak.
horse.
And my axe.
Oh,
No?
Gimli.
Oh, and then I
Every
have the
session
new
I re-
weapon.
Every session, I realize more and more that Mark and I are two halves of a whole idiot.
Basically, it's like it do be like that. It do be.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, like, I'll keep approaching until one of like the guards either like acknowledges me or something happens.
I
imagine-
follow.
That's
right
right,
up behind
Bolo.
Alden, like
You're
just like
gonna
towering, just like
be at 4,000 in no
handle
time.
this diplomatically, yeah.
Alden's at attack dog privileges
Yeah,
with Xenophon
we'll
sitting behind
we'll
them.
be real diplomatic.
Xenophon.
Yeah.
Shield
approach-
away now.
You approach the gatehouse to this Fort Knucklebone. The 6 figures on top reveal themselves at a closer distance. An unfamiliar creature, but known only in some of the books that some people have read as redcaps. One redcap yells down at you all. Password.
When I asked for the one time I communed with Zariel outside of the contract to find the location of Fort Knucklebone, would she have told me the password?
She did not mention a password.
Xenophon
I
is
know?
going to kind of like hold his arm out, and it's going to slowly start transforming into a cannon.
Would Agni know the password?
As you're all standing there, another one, a different red cap. We don't have a password, and all of them fall over and
Ah, they're just assholes.
burn.
You're an idiot.
Another one goes, "If you want entrance, bring me a blue rock."
Xenophon reaches into his pocket and he goes, "It's right here," and he just like gives him the finger and he just like starts walking in.
Alden will just
Guessing the
pick up
gate
a
is
regular
closed.
stone next to him, and I'm gonna use a tinker to put a static effect of just blue over it, and I'm gonna huck it towards one of the red caps.
You watch as one of them actually catches it and then starts dancing with it and races off. So there's now 5 red caps sitting on standing on top.
Agnes
then
just
I
starts
will-
laughing out of that.
Oh no! As he runs away, I end the tinker, so the stone is no longer blue.
One of them.
How tall are these things?
Another one yells down. I'm thinking of a random number between 1 and 10,000. What is it?
And Xenophon again, it's 1, and he's like, it's the middle finger, and he.
Oh, I could just be a jerk if I really wanted to.
Does it take to build a fortress?
No, it is not
What
on
do I
1,
see
it's
as I walk
11.
in?
So as you all ignore these, as you all ignore the red caps standing on top.
Plots, as we call them.
Yes. You see a large area enclosed by the rampart, and is littered with trash and mechanical parts, some put together in a way that resembles a vehicle. Ramshackle structures built from the same junk as the outer wall provide shelter. A platoon of small fey creatures mills about, all looking like feral gnomes. Some of them sport tall red caps, and some drip with vile ichor. A pair of Kenku examine one of the strange vehicles, chattering to each other in high-pitched squawks. These Kenku carry an assortment of strange tools.
Xenophon.
I want to discern what the tools they're holding is.
Yeah, Xenophon is gonna walk up to them, and he's gonna just have a closer look at the tools.
Okay.
Okay, if Xenophon's gonna look at the tools, I want to look at the machine that they're looking at now.
Okay.
Use Xenophon first though, because mine's gonna be longer.
Okay. As you approach, they turn and then they see you, and then they
Hey.
stare in wonder.
Xenophon is going to. He's
Roll
not
me-
going to.
Roll
Sorry.
an insight check quickly.
I absolutely. Can I, as I walk up to them, Xenophon is going to. He's going to kind of like stand back. He's not going to cast any spells, but he's going to like let his armor like ship and shaped and runes kind of glow, and the missile batteries will like start to like peel up on his shoulders. His arm turns into a cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's showing off at this point.
Sorry, I drop out.
That's fine.
Inside,
He's
I
just
see
flexing
you.
on gnomes. No worries.
Kenku, not gnomes.
Typical stuff.
Kenku, not
Yeah.
gnomes, you racist.
The red caps are the gnomes. Kenku are just crow people.
Ah, he said
Yeah.
there were gnomes
You're a crow
around.
person, James.
Yeah, you're right. I fucking love crows.
Inside,
Me too.
they're not looking at you. They're looking at Lulu.
Oh.
And
Okay.
one of the Kenku waves in your direction as if telling you to remain where you are. What a deal! Patience is a virtue! Can't keep the bus waiting! And he runs off into one of the trash structures.
I clock Lulu, and I press a button, and then my helmet kind of like recedes. The bottom kind of recedes back to my chest. The top recedes back to my neck. You know what that
All right
was
there,
about,
Iron Man.
Lulu? Basically.
They're... I recognize them. They're from the dream. Moments later, this Kenku returns, leading a tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift covered in mud, blood, mold, and worse. The hag's eyes seem to move independently of each other as she approaches. Her
Oh, it's a hag?
scraggly brown hair
No.
hanging in front of them.
Mad
Red
Maggie's a
blood.
hag.
Resting on each shoulder are red-eyed ravens that scrutinize your group. Behind
I
her,
scrutinize him right back.
Behind her, a hulking creature built of disparate fiendish parts trudges, moaning and hopping as it walks. I'll show this.
Oh fuck yeah, we're getting art.
How is
But-
the shield
Yeah.
going to this
Holy
place?
shit.
Both of the hag's eyes focus keenly on your group, and on Lulu specifically. My
Mhm.
goodness, the hag croaks, spittle dribbling from her mouth. Where did you find such a creature?
Let's introductions first. Xenophon Swan of the Flaming Fist. And you?
Well, Mad Maggie.
And who was your illustrious partner in
Friend.
crime?
Your handsome friend, yes.
It looks like you, Ogma.
This is my
He is
dear
gold.
Maggie.
Is
Uh,
Mickey an amalgam of your own creation?
Yes.
He on the
He-
Icor?
He is a creature of my creation.
I just kind of want to like start like inspecting just like where the different humanoid and like animal parts just kind of like meet.
Sure, roll a.
Like I don't want to touch them or anything. I'm just like, it's essentially like
I'm gonna
fusing
say,
machines together but with human stuff.
if you want to see how it's pieced together, roll a medicine check. Okay, we'll come back to that later.
I do have a I wanna Xenophon is gonna telepathically talk to the shield, and I'm gonna ask the shield opinions. You know these people? Are they familiar to you?
She's a warlord. She is someone who has gained power within Avernus. She can either be very helpful or very dangerous.
Would she know who you are?
I don't know.
Okay. Xenophon wants to make sure everyone in the group is like in on this conversation.
Mm.
Telepathic.
Still
Agnes
inspecting.
just
Alvin's like keyed in on anything that happens with the shield.
So
Agnes just
Mad
gonna raise her
Maggie-
eyebrows.
Mad Maggie is going to pipe up at the slight silence that is suddenly occurring within the group. What brings you to my fortress?
Your fortress?
My
Yours?
fortress. I am.
Safety.
This is mine. Everything you look around, the the people you see, the things scattered, they are all mine.
The tanks are nice. How much does
the,
one of
uh,
those cost? Like
the
my
amalgams and
soul,
machines.
2, 3. I'm willing to work with you.
Did James? Did we ever resolve what the machines that the king were at was like? Because I believe Odin said he invested like
He said
I was
something about
looking
it,
at the
and then Mickey
machines.
walked out.
Yeah, and then Mickey walked out, and I decided to go into
Yeah.
Mickey. I can inspect the machines later. As far as I'm aware,
Okay.
those aren't going anywhere.
got it, got
we
it, got it.
Not
But
anytime
like,
soon.
I saw amalgam, and I'm like, this just looks like a machine grafted together, but instead it's just like parts of flesh, and
Her-
I'm a little interested.
Her
Yeah.
partner or entrant is it's basically a flesh golem, like essentially.
You would understand that this is something akin to a flesh golem.
Cool. Xenophon just like nods and is like 18 intelligence, just like okay, yeah.
Mad Maggie.
Thoroughly inspecting this this amalgam.
It's like it's an abomination, but I do appreciate it.
Mad Maggie is still very interested in Lulu. She hasn't.
How does Lulu feel about it? Because Xenophon clocks Lulu.
Lulu is a little nervous under the gaze and the attention she is gaining.
Xenophon will take Lulu in his like armored golem, and he's gonna like just like pet her gently as he like kind of stands a little straighter.
Do you understand? Gift, the wonder of which you are carrying around.
Xenophon kind of like narrows his eyes and he goes, "I'm the wonder that walks around. Do you know
I
who
was
I
gonna
am?"
say that we all wonders.
Trust me, you pale in comparison to what joy you have brought in today.
You pale in comparison to the danger we possess. Do you mean us harm?
This entire place is hard. You are just merely a new group that decides to walk its backs. But no. I have spent my life studying and understanding the history of our dear archpatron. And you have brought the most key thing into understanding where she came from.
Xenophon is going to telepathically tell to the shield, "Diplomacy via violence."
I wouldn't suggest it.
All right.
After like going around a couple of times and inspecting the flesh golem, when Mad Maggie mentions Archpatron, Alden will kind of like perk up and just like with a little bit of eldritch energy, he'll like draw like a sigil that will like represent Zariel, just to show like we're not here to fucking harm you. Like wings ablaze and like the little flaming crown.
So Doctor Strange with the movement of the hand.
Yes. Mad Maggie does see that small extra symbol. And yes, our patron Zariel, ruler of this plane of Avernus. Now,
He is not who we're here for currently. We were told that you may have information on dimensional travel on a grander scale than just people.
I mentioned. I don't know where you have dimensional travel from. I am, first and foremost, a historian, I suppose.
An historian in what?
Why?
History's pretty broad, you would agree. Military history, medical history, history of the arts.
in the history of our patron.
Etruscan history.
Say again.
Etruscan history.
Not in that. More, as I said before, more in our patron, dear Zariel. She is such a fascinating creature where she comes from. It's my life.
Xenophon is sorry.
It is my life's work in order to find out where and how she came here.
Lulu is on my shoulder, yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna pull her in and whisper into her ear, do you know what she wants?
I think she's wants me.
We know
Why?
we know the tale of the first expedition into hell, correct? Of like the Riders of Elturel.
Yes.
I can regale her with that story. If that's what, because like it was not like it's not news that like angels from Mount Celeste helped with that.
Well, kinda. The what you understand of that tale is more that Zariel was a little fed up, I suppose you might say, with people not, or with angels not actually doing anything, and since gained a group of followers on the Prime Material before she took it upon herself to attempt to invade Hells. That's what you would understand about it.
I mean, like I imagine she already knows it, but like I'll still regale her with that tale because apparently it seems like she loves to hear anything and everything about Zariel. While Xenophon is trying to comfort Lulu.
Lulu pipes up to Xenophon. Should we tell her about the vision?
Oh my god. Oh, I don't trust her. I do not like her.
Not someone you want to take out.
I don't
Yeah.
think we can trust or like anyone on Avernus.
Yeah, but especially her. Just like anybody that walks around with a flesh golem, like as a homie, is just fucked.
Well, she's a hag. Of course she's fucked.
Yeah, I know. I do
It's
not
a
like her.
furnace.
It's Xenophon would just like he would just have like nothing but disgust for her. Oh God, what a question, Andrew. Xenophon, after thinking about it long and hard, he's gonna whisper back to Lulu, I follow your lead. I'm your shield.
And how the shield responds to that. And I'm your shield.
So you're asking for a lead from the shield or a lead from Lulu?
Lulu. He's saying to Lulu, like, I'm your shield.
Right. Lulu, in this case, pipes up. So specifically to Mad Maggie. We had a vision to come here. My memories led here. A sort of somewhat questioning her own, what she has seen or what was described, I should say. Mad Maggie stops and pauses before a wide grin starts to appear.
Insight. I want to insight that so fucking bad.
Absolutely.
Oh, so bad.
Can we resolve what the flesh golem is made of?
It's flash. What else would it be made out of?
Gotten it. It's just that this needs to progress first.
Okay.
Insight.
Yeah, this needs to progress first, and then I'll hit your flesh golem.
It's just good info to have in case, the worst.
Mad Maggie seems very pleased.
Okay.
As Mad Maggie does turn around, she at this point she would have led you into the a slightly more comfortable area, a couple of cushions here and there, sort of a thing. And she goes, "Visions, why didn't you just say so? Visions are like dreams, and why? I am a hag. I can help.
Xenophon says
I
dreams only happen when you're asleep.
I can help in this. I can reach in and bring what is once hidden to the forefront. Why? But
Good
if
thing
you're
I stole that helmet.
say again.
Ah, if we're looking to have the same dream, I stole the helmet that did it first.
I have. If you are interested, I can provide a chance to view these hidden memories. I would need to prepare some supplies, and while I do so, well, I I would let you regale yourself of our services here in Fort Knucklebone. Are you interested?
Paladin will point to the machines. Are those part of your services?
Yeah, tanks on the list. That's important.
Everything is on the list. It is all quid pro quo. You help us out, we may help you out more.
You
I was a
may
little
help us out more.
I was a little worried when you said May.
Yeah, you know what? Like May in a contract is kind of sketchy.
Depends on the value and how well you assist us here.
I would say it depends how well the reward is how well we help you. I think it goes both ways, Hag.
Well, what are you interested?
You don't have what I'm interested in.
Don't I?
How
I don't
would
think
we
so.
go about how would we go about transferring an entire area of land to a different plane of existence? Say returning it to its home plane, for example.
Alright,
What
look,
talking
none of
about
us are dumb. Why beat around the bush? He's talking about El Terrell. You know what that whole deal is?
El Terrell is or must be the result of a deal. While I may not be privy to such deal, any and all who enter into it know that there is only a handful of ways to break such deals.
Which one is the easiest?
Zariel holds the
I,
original contract, doesn't she?
I can help provide you that information if you help me.
Well, you're
And
beating too much around the bushes. How can we help you to see if we can make the deal or not?
Well, if you just let me in and observe these hidden memories of this wonderful little creature,
You mean me
I
or
would be
Lulu?
more than willing to help you.
She's talking about Lulu.
I know, I was joking.
Do we have an accord?
Agnes, look at Xenophon.
She wants Lulu, yeah?
She
No,
wants
she just wants to observe.
specifically the memories, or at least watch the memories observed behind inside Lulu's head.
Because Lulu is an autonomous creature. Xenophon is lawful. As much as Xenophon adores and loves, maybe not loves, but he definitely feels like a a bond with Lulu that he can't quite put his finger on. He's gonna turn to her, and he's going to say, "It's a decision you have to make. I'll tell you what. Don't quite like her. Not feeling it. But it's up to you."
If it makes you feel more comfortable, Lulu, we can try to get her to sign a binding contract ensuring your safety.
Lulu sort of thinks for a second. I trusted the Kenku. They helped me out before. I don't see why we can't trust them.
The Kenku and her are two different things. Lou dog.
Lou dog.
This land is not very forgiving. Maybe
And neither am I.
Maybe we can make a change.
Look, she just gets a
Don't
piece
cut.
of your memory. It's not like you're leaving us. She can't have you. She just wants to look at a memory. She doesn't even get to keep it. She just looks at it, right?
Yeah.
Can the hag overhear what Xenophon is saying?
Are you speaking out loud?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Yeah, you would be speaking out loud. In
Yeah.
this case, Mad Maggie does pipe up. He says, I do not keep memories. I merely observe and I keep my own memories of these memories.
You're basically just the rest of us. You just look at them, and it's a fancy way of just looking at it. You just have to say it.
Of course.
You don't have to hurt the person or creature that you're observing the memories, correct?
No, it's a very simple process. Just
Give me
requires
your promise.
it just
You won't harm Lulu.
Why would I harm such a fascinating
Did I-
and unique creature?
Xenophon kind of stands up to his full height, and he's going to stay. He's 6'4", and he's gonna look down at the hag, and he's going to say, "Give me your promise. Contract."
Eldon will hand a dagger over to Xenophon.
Yeah.
This will go like such dramatic. Oh my god.
Listen, I can very easily just hand Xenophon a dagger. I have 23 of them.
Mad-
Sacrificial dagger? Can we? Can we
As
sacrificial
as
dagger?
Xenophon does this, he kind of flicks his arm, and it turns into like this Mega Man like fucking arm cannon. He doesn't point it at her, but it's at the ready.
Mad Maggie, with the hostility being shown, your insight, I'm carrying over your initial insight into Mad Maggie, by the way.
Okay.
There is a patience behind her gaze that is wearing very thin
Okay.
at the open hostility still being shown.
Got it.
Stand down, Zeno.
But
This is
the-
not
at
someone you
the
want to mess
mention
with.
of at the mention of a contract, Mad Maggie sort of loses a little bit of gentleness that was previously open before she looks at one of her ravens. And this raven you watch turns into a small imp holding what looks to be a small scroll.
My God.
Alden wants to read the contract before we actually do anything.
As-
Just
when-
gonna
when we-
whispers,
I-
make sure you read the fine print.
At the
brother.
sign of the imp, Xenophon is going to the cannon starts to recede, and in its place is a gauntleted, fingered gauntlet.
So you wish for a contract of this deal?
Naturally,
Just to ensure
I won't
everyone's
insult your
safe.
intelligence. You seem like a ambitious person. You have your wants, your needs, your desires, and so do we. So let's come to an amicable agreement.
Needle
Yes.
will write out this deal in
Needle.
exchange for Lulu's. This Lulu that you mentioned.
Quick
Oh,
question.
she's right
for
here. I didn't mention it.
free-
She's right here.
Quick question. If she gets the memory, I mean Lulu still keeps the memory, right? It's not gonna be removed from her.
We'll
It's
read
just
the
gonna
contract. We're
be
gonna read the
looking
contract and
at
find
the
out.
at the memory.
Sorry. Say that again, Pack.
That she wants to look at the memory, right? But the memory is still gonna be in Lulu's head. She's gonna just be looking at it. Okay.
Mad
Frankly,
Maggie will
Lulu
say in
doesn't
exchange
currently have access to that memory anyway. Yeah. This
in
is
exchange
pretty much
for
just
the
an
observation of this memory, the party, and she looks up at the rest. She looks up at everyone. What is your group name?
Oh God, we don't even have a group name.
In between names. That's our group
Okay.
name. In between names.
Unlisted.
Uh,
TBD. Our group name is TBD.
EBD.
How do you write out a sigh? You know.
Xenophon is.
Dogma.
Group
Oh my
name.
God.
Uh,
Yeah. What if? How do you guys feel about calling ourselves the companions?
Hey, Skyrim.
Alternatively,
Eh.
I
No,
think-
the companions were the
Because
elite
the
bodyguard of
sun-
like Alexander the Great.
Alternatively,
TBD.
you can also you can title this between myself and one individual of your group.
Naturally, this is
we'll
a
kind of go
yeah.
into Xenophon is like, oh, you got this, brother.
Yeah, I guess I
I mean,
call
not
myself
you,
the leader.
brother, like Xenophon. Kinda
Yeah,
like broken.
Xenophon would like, right? You're appealing to his ego. Xenophon would like naturally nod and go like, "Yeah, I am the leader of this group. Yeah."
Oh, sure. Agnes just kind of go like,
And
sure, yeah, but you got this.
And she
Alden will
looks
just kind
up
of take
at
a back
the.
step to stand next to Agnes.
She looks up at Needles.
And that could be.
Xenophon,
Could be.
How do you know
Would,
my
would be
name?
bad.
You mentioned it. You
And
Oh, I
just
did.
said it
Oh,
too.
true. I did.
Yeah, we've said it.
Yeah. Between Mad Maggie and Xenophon, the services.
Guys,
of
these are great.
memories
If you're looking for something,
in
found these little
for
ice cubes. Throw them in the freezer. Don't melt.
Xenophon looks at the
Starting
rest
off
of the
our
group.
Don't
like,
get watered down.
Yeah.
2 tanks and the Elturel information. Hey?
Highly recommend.
Xenophon kind of like gives like the finger guns to Hogma.
What is a gun?
How about we say of a payment worthy of your contributions?
I liked Hogma's idea better.
Why would I give up one of my contraptions?
I said 2, but
Alden just
Word.
will summon a bunch of tools between his fingers and just because we may be able to improve upon it. And I want to try to persuade her into throwing that into the deal.
Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out.
I will say my charisma is only a +1, so we're gonna try
You
this.
got this. You got this.
Well,
If you are able to provide a service of such control, then maybe I will let you with one.
Coming back.
Maybe.
Yep.
Xenophon is actually can Xenophon give him the help action?
Sorry about
I
that,
know
guys.
this
Yeah,
is like
we
we're fucking around 'cause you already
disconnected
made the
for a
roll,
second,
but
but
Xenophon will
we're
say
back.
the-
I've already made
We
the
are
persuasion,
back.
but I will offer.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
if you'd like to witness me
Warming
work,
up.
I can tinker on one of them right now, and if you approve, we
The
can
guy
go
gets
from
on my
there.
nerves, but he's one of the best at what he does.
Sugar and Clonk are the people, are the Kenku that you need to talk.
Sugar and Clonk.
Chuka.
Chuka, okay.
Chukka.
Chuka.
How do you spell it again?
Honey,
Chukka.
honey.
Chuka or Chuka?
Oh, Shook
sorry,
and
Chukka.
Clonk.
Yeah,
Chicago.
Chukka and Clonk, or Chukka and Clonk.
Are the
Xenophon,
chambers.
is the imp? How far is the imp from Xenophon?
The imp is currently sitting on a slight, where the orc is, it's sitting on like a small little perch.
Xenophon is going to walk non-hostily, no hostile actions, to the imp, and he's going to try to regard the contract.
It literally is written out exactly as she has stated.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be anything hidden or second speak, I suppose you might say, about this. It is literally as she has read verbatim, or stated as verbatim.
What do we want out of this, guys?
Well, she said that within the constraints of the services that we're able to provide, the services of Fort Knucklebone are at her disposal. So the greater the memories she's able to look at, I presume, provides us like more reign over what
Okay.
we're able to do here.
So should we have like a clause in the contract about what kind of memories she takes? Because I feel like, especially with a lawful creature, I mean, she's probably like lawful evil. So like exact wordings is like going to be
Yeah,
extremely important.
You gather that the only thing that she would be interested in is things specifically relating to Zariel and Lulu.
Fuck, I hate this. I hate this lady. Oh my god.
And she's
So
so
I
kind
say
of-
we don't have much of like the contract ensures as much safety as we can guarantee. I feel like from this point in,
Yeah.
we
So
don't have much
Xenophon,
more we can do.
yeah. So Xenophon says, as long as the clause has to be no harm whatsoever comes to me and mine, and like he kind of like gestures to the group and Lulu.
No harm will come to you and yours as long as no harm comes to us.
I agree. Xenophon looks to Lulu and he's going to ask her, "Do you agree?" This doesn't happen without your say so, Lulu.
I agree.
Xenophon
Why
turns to
would
the
we-
hag and he
Why
nods.
should we egg on a fight that we don't need?
Xenophon will turn to the hag and kind of like give like he'll close his eyes and give like a solemn nod.
Then we have it. And she goes over to, she waves over Needles, and she grabs one of her longer extended nails,
Ugh.
dips it,
Ooh.
she cuts her own arm a little bit, and you see this, there's not reddish blood, but it's not like oily either. It's a very dark sort of coloration. She dips her nail into it and she signs her name before she waves Needle over to you and looks at
Oh,
you.
so like it's not even Lulu signing it; it's me.
Yes.
You're the one
Okay.
making the contract. Lulu's the
Yeah,
one who's
yeah. I
raising
figured that. I look at her name. Is it in blood?
It's in her own blood.
Oh boy. One deal with the devil is another.
Whose blood was it?
It's not even a deal with the
Sorry, I
it's a
missed
deal with
it.
a hag. Calm down.
It's-
Yeah.
not
it's
that alive.
It was the hag's
Uh,
blood, yeah.
I hate hags. Just I
On a
hate.
scale
I
of
hate
goo to ichor, how's that blood looking?
It's blood.
You want to taste it?
Stop, Hogma. Xenophon, can I incite Hogma to like get a gander, like if he's gonna lick her fucking cursive writing?
Oh.
We'll get back to that later.
I feel like we don't.
He doesn't
need-
need to. He's got a freaking
Very
like.
obviously licking his lips, man.
As Xenophon is going to like hold the contract, like because he's 6'4", right? So he's gonna hold the contract like out of like Hogma's reach.
What about the pen, the knife that was used to?
So she
Let's
She
say
signed it with
I'm
her
pretty
own
sure he's
name,
got vials of it.
so currently it's just being held out to Xenophon expectantly.
Yeah,
So
Xenophon takes it.
if you have a pen or a knife or something similar that you can sign your own name at the bottom of this contract.
I
Xenophon
handed you a
actually-
dagger.
Xenophon is going to take the dagger. He's going to like just drop it nonchalantly, and he's going to take out a quill because he is an educated man, and he's going to sign his name in perfect cursive
Needles
and common
pipes up.
cursive.
Needles pipes up. Blood is expected if the original addressee is signed in same material.
All right.
Yeah, man,
Uh,
you gotta
you said it
prove
was-
you're cool.
Yeah,
Blood binds it to you as a person.
Xenophon is going to stab himself with the quill, and then he's going to, just without breaking eye contact with the hag, sign his name.
That was very much a happy now kind of moment.
Basically, yeah.
But how did you find a chink in all that armor?
Okay.
The armor like turns into different shapes. I imagine his glove can
Yeah.
just.
Needles.
He can Iron Man his hand out of the freaking gauntlet.
Rolls and runs away with that contract. Squirreling it away, who knows where. You watch as in the slight distance it turns back into a raven, and then flies further off into the depths of this keep.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we have a deal. Now, I need to prepare, and she starts looking around her area for various different things, and you watch as she grabs like a jar and a couple of different bowls, and I will be a while as I prep what we need to prep. Please make yourself at home. The and she looks at you, Silva. You said you were willing to assist in the repairs. Please make yourself available in that case to Chuka and Clonk. I'm sure that your expertise will be appreciated. What? And she sort of looks around. Where did I? Of course, there is. We do have a bar. It's over there. But-
As I like start heading towards the machines to find Shuka and Klonk, I just kind of want to beckon Ogma. It's like, hey, you want to see some Kenku? Go at it.
That's a weird way to ask that question, but I'm in. Like
No,
wording,
I knew
but I'm game
specifically-
anyway.
No, I knew specifically asking it in that manner is what would have interested you. Because if I said like, hey, you want to go watch some Kenku build some, like, it's fucking boring.
Yeah, you want to go help work?
It's mainly just like, I want the Bardic in case I need it, and I know you never use it.
Yeah,
So-
I'm in.
Also,
She
Kenku are
starts
just fun to be around.
She does start
Yeah,
to.
I kinda wanted to go
really
anyway.
just get distracted with gathering up various materials from chalk to, as I said before, jars of various different ingredients and a few other things. So, through your negotiation skills, the Fort Knucklebone is now yours to explore.
Alvin just makes a beeline for the repair yard to find Chuka and Glong.
Going back to your investigation,
Flesh Golem.
of Flesh Golem.
Where is my NPC note for Mickey? There it is.
So, with Mickey, it seems to have been created at a first glance with your medicine roll, which is rather nice. It is a fiendish flesh golem that you're able to come apart. And it seems to have been made of stitched together body parts from devils, demons, and other fiendish creatures that you have yet to see within Avernus. These parts seem to have come from different creatures and combined in different ways. Whilst you can't, it's hard to really tell how it has been put together. With your medicine check, you're able to pick up that it is currently walking with a rather noticeable limp. It sort of hops and dances during its movement.
I'm very well going to make that note.
Something that is not natural.
Ogma, following Alden to the yard, is just gonna go, "Hey, you saw that flesh golem, right? You think you could, like, give me a sick demon arm?"
Hang on, who?
Alden just kind of like pauses and is like,
Wait,
I don't know if it works like
who
that.
are you asking this to?
No, he's asking this to
Alden,
me as we're walking
specifically.
to the yard.
Okay.
So, I don't know if grafting machines together and grafting humanoid and fiendish beings together, not the same thing. It's fun to look at, but like, I don't think I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll talk to the hag later.
Or don't.
Okay. So you make your way over to Shooker and Clock. These two Kenku, one is bigger than the other, and both somewhat tooled out with various tools and other equipments, operating on some rather large machines.
We're just waiting on you to finish typing, Squirrel.
No, keep going.
Upon your approach, the larger of the two sort of looks over and glares a little bit before going back to its work.
Alden just kind of holds up his hands, flashes a few tools between his fingers, and just will like gesture to one of the machines, like, "May I?"
The smaller one. I'll get to you in a sec, Pack. Agni. Sorry, my apologies.
All good.
The smaller one is. They're both trying to work on something that doesn't seem to be working, and both of them are very frustrated. And one of them, the younger one, sort of looks at your approach and your offer of help before a wing sort of gestures toward, "Be my guest. This annoyance of a thing is very frustrating."
Alden will pop down, set out his array of tools. I'm describing how I'm going to get. Thistle is going to give me the help action by like passing me the tools I need, because I've tinkered with him enough times that if I say a tool, it may not be the smartest, but he knows what one to grab.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just take a D8 now? Use
If
it when you feel
you're-
like.
Oh no, I'm also taking a D8.
As you're looking over this machine, one of the small one does go on about how the energy flows within this machine and how it sort of semi-works and so on and so forth at your prodding.
It's very similar to my tinkering.
Yeah, and something is stopping it from flowing. So I need you to roll an Arcana or Investigation check over the next 10 minutes in order to try and assist them in fixing this.
If it's 10 minutes, I'm gonna ask this. It's a little janky, but I've said before, not anything out of the ordinary for me. If I take the 10 minutes to just cast Detect Magic, can I understand how the magic flows through this machine?
Well, you can naturally just come up with detect
Okay.
magic.
Yeah, so I'll roll and
So,
I'll untick the
but
D8.
it is
I'll roll an
still
Arcana.
you still need an investigation or an arcana check in order to try and pinpoint exactly what is going wrong with this.
A flat 10.
Okay. At the end of your 10 minutes, it's hard to say. It is a very foreign contraption.
I want to try tinkering with it anyways, and see if as I start shifting around and trying to play with like the nuts and bolts, see if anything will like reveal itself to me.
Okay. On that, is anyone actually going to be assisting you with this?
I will. As an artificer, I
Okay.
think it makes sense for Xenophon to assist them.
Okay.
I also
Sure.
do still like I haven't used it yet, but I do still have the D8 from Bardic that Agma
That's
just
okay.
gave me.
It just makes narratively it makes sense.
Yeah, Mark, would you be doing your own Arcana investigation check?
I will do. Let me look at my character sheet. What am I better at?
Yeah, no, I did Arcana because I'm proficient.
I have a 6 Arcana. You want me to roll Arcana?
Arcana or investigation check, your choice.
Oh well, of course
It's a
you.
history.
Oh, that's a history.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Fuck. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Hey.
Same roll.
Okay.
You
So,
lucky son of a bitch.
over the during the
blessed
same 10 minutes, we will get back. As although Alden doesn't really seem to be losing himself in how this contraption seems to work.
I'm just taken in by just everything going on because this is nothing I've seen before. I didn't get a chance to inspect the Hellfire engine back at the Shield Hall.
We'll come back to you, Xenophon, very quickly. As Squirrel, you head around the corner of this repair yard to this tavern, this bar, if you will. You see a scratched into the rock surface, Ignis Bibbins Praetorium. And you see a small bar headed up with what looks to be a small red cap manning the desk. Agni?
So I was just typing something.
Okay.
You said there was just a man manning like a front desk.
Yeah, it's behind the
Or,
bar. In fact, it's actually standing on the bar, and there are various assorted bottles just scattered over. Some of them half shattered, other ones just lying on its side. Some with toppers, some without. Various liquids behind and contained.
How busy does this place look?
This place is dead.
I'm gonna go up to there are the like bar stools, place to sit.
Not really.
Okay, I'm just gonna go lean against this bar, kind of near that guy.
Sure.
And
What do you want?
what's the house ale? What do you got?
He sort of gestures behind him, and it actually comes up with there's a small little there is an sort of pinned in with a dagger, a small piece of paper that goes on with one bottle, one SC.
Soul coin. That's right.
You haven't been here in a while.
Yep, it's been a minute. What about
You
info?
typically know that if people don't like, even though these soul coins uh, are the monetary, are what's the word?
Currency?
Soul-
Hmm.
Yeah, the soul coins are the currency of El Terrell. Sorry, of Avernus. Sorry.
Yep.
Right now, they're kind of one and the same.
Typically, there are other ways to purchase if the price is right. There's always ways around the currency.
Hmm.
The simplest way is soul coins.
What if I'm just gonna drop down 2 gold and kind of slide it over.
Sorry,
He
what
I'll
was
add
that?
2
What
more.
was that?
makes a gesture. He makes a gesture of, give us more.
I'll do 2 more.
It starts to turn his back.
So that's 4. I'll do 6 more.
At the sound of two more going towards John,
No, I'm good. Have a good one.
it reaches down and it throws a bottle at you.
I
Before
just
it
grab.
strikes with its feet the 6 gold pieces that you have put
Got
onto
it.
the bench.
Got it.
That's a
I'll start.
disappearance at-
I'll just sit there and slowly just start sipping it.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'm okay at these. Kind of.
It has been a long time since you have tasted anything near as coarse or as strong as what you have just imbibed. I need you, just as a matter of course, to roll me a d6.
Okay.
It takes you 2 minutes before you fall unconscious.
Got it.
Oh fuck.
Very good.
I'm just face into the bar.
And there's nobody here to help you. Oh gosh.
So,
Not right now.
going back to you, Xenophon. You're in
Awesome.
because you were doing an
Whoa.
Arcana check.
We'll
You're
take it.
starting to make sense in this roundabout way.
Oh,
of this
boy.
construction. And
Oh, boy,
you're
guys.
able to follow one of the energy lines that seems to be coursing with a darkish liquid through one of its pipes, and then you see at a combustion point a what's the word? A small gear that seems to be made of specific spikes, surging with some sort of energy causing this malfunction.
Xenophon is going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out one of the great wines he got from I believe it was the Lord Marquette. That he basically who was it? What was that? There was the house where we went and
There
we
was a
basically
basement full of wine. Yeah.
yes. He's gonna take out one of the fine wines and he's gonna just like pour himself a little glass and he's going to like thoughtfully kind of like just like as he stares at the machine, just like swirling the glass.
Mm-hmm. Do you make this problem known to Chucker and Clonk, or do you
I
contemplate or potentially try and
I run it by Odin first. So I put a hand on Odin and I let him know everything.
Okay.
Colin just kind of glances over after you point it out, sees it, and it's like, oh shit! Because I was too busy following like all of the other energy lines.
Yeah.
And I just
So
want like
Odin,
You
listen.
you got hooked up at this one thing that seems to go, but this is redundant. It keeps going around in like a circle in a circle.
It's like
without
there are so
knowing
many
it's going in a
ways.
circle.
It's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, there are so many ways to make this more efficient, and they're not doing it.
So here's the problem. We could let the Kenku know. What were their names? Oh my god, you just even said it too.
Shuka
Konk and Kucha?
Shuka.
Shuka.
But
Can we
with
let
a
him
CH,
know?
not an SH.
Yeah.
I feel like we let them know maybe after we fix it. And Alden will
Xenophon kind of like
start-
snaps his fingers and like points at you.
Alden will have Thistle start bringing him the tools he needs, get the help action, and use the bardic he got from Ogma to actually try to like tinker and get this thing working.
I assist Alden. I give
Okay.
him assistance.
I'm either
Assistance.
way.
Roll me an assistance on a tinkering check. Excuse me.
With advantage. Do you want me to roll it with intelligence or what?
I would say intelligence or
Dexterity.
I'm gonna say dexterity.
Dexterity instead of intelligence, or
It's
it's
more a
either way?
matter of fixing the problem than knowing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, how good your fingers are at like fixing that shit.
Not as good as my brains. It's the difference between a +4 and a +6, but I have advantage and a D8, so it should hopefully be fine.
You got this.
15 plus 8, so that is
That's
a
decent.
23.
23, baby.
Okay. Over the course of the next
Can we talk about the fact that I rolled max bardic on both rolls?
Mm-hmm.
over the next 20 minutes, you eventually find a workaround for this machine. What am I talking about? Fuck. No, you do find a workaround for this around this gear. The gear is still. You recognize the fact that this gear is still a problem, but you do find a workaround for it, and you watch as the energy at the culmination of your efforts starts to flow. At this, Chuka does look over, see what's happening before it gets very excited, and then it flies inside this machine, and then there is a small pause before a large rumble starts to occur from the machine as it turns on, and both Chuka and Clonk are very, very excited.
Alden just gives like a nice shoulder into Xenophon's arm.
Xenophon kind of like Xenophon crosses his arms and does like that frown where
This is like the
Just,
first
like,
time we've
nodding.
actually collaborated
Yeah.
on an item as artificers.
basically, yeah. He's just like not bad, kid, not bad.
So I'll start packing up all my tools.
Whilst all of this is going on, is anyone else doing anything else? Like, are you exploring the place, or what's going on?
Taking a
Xenophon
nap
is
at the
just gonna
bar.
hang out with Lulu and
No, I'm saying whilst both you and Alden are working on this, because that's going to literally take the space of 30 minutes, roughly.
Yeah.
What is everyone else doing?
I'm taking a nap at the bar.
Alden will wave to Ogma and be like,
Yeah.
thank you. You go
Yeah.
do what you
Ogma-
want.
Ogma's just
taking
there,
a-
probably bothering the grumpy Kenku, like, hey, what's this fueled by? Is it toxic? Can I lick that?
Oh,
Hey,
that's-
you need a
Go-
test pilot? Could use a test drive, yeah?
You can go anywhere else inside this area. So, like, that's like you can go for exploring. You can have a look as you look around. Like, there's a small barracks off to the left-hand side that seems to be literally just a barracks full of different red caps and places of sleep over there.
Yeah, my internet has been in and out and cutting off for you guys, so I'm not following. I didn't get Alex being drunk. I did get that part, so that's something that Agnes will do too. So I guess to make things simple.
I don't know what's simple.
Or you can just put me. Yeah, like I said, it's been kind of hard because it's been cutting in and out a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, just wandering around.
Yeah.
If you want to put something for me, yeah, that's cool.
Just, I'm gonna say that you're keeping Agni company while he falls unconscious.
Yeah, I like that. I did get something about soul coins. I did not get quite what's that, but then I just heard about him passing out, so I like
it
that.
was just the information that soul coins, like instead of gold, silver,
Are the
platinum,
primary.
jazz. Soul coins are the primary currency of the Hells, but if the price is right, there's usually a workaround.
Yeah.
whether it be like a deed or something else.
Okay.
If you offer enough coins, for example, they may
Yeah.
be willing to forego a
And you
soul
just-
coin
It's
in
a
order, for
very
your-
expensive
Clattered
drink.
10 coin. Clattered 10 coins on the table, and they're like, okay.
Yeah,
and
I'm
the-
just gonna be
The
just
biggest
drinking.
thing I'm going to stress is it is not a global exchange rate. It's not like 6 coins will always be the result for this.
Nope.
It's more the case
It's
of
how much you.
they look at something in
much-
one area, they may go, sure, you can have this bottle of alcohol for 6 gold coins. In the next place, it might be 10 platinum.
Yeah, it's how much you hassle, I guess.
Yeah.
It just depends on what they feel like.
Okay, got it. So yeah, so I'm just laughing and just keeping an eye on Agni just to make sure he's okay.
So in that case, then we have.
Agnes, you just hear.
Ogma.
This was a little stronger than I remember. Thud.
Ogma.
Yeah, I figure he's just staying with the artificer boys. He doesn't know anything about engineering, but everybody needs a test dummy, yeah?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Like, is your character Adam Savage? Like, what is going on?
Agma
he's just like
lives for chaos, is what I
like a
gathered.
guinea pig? Like, who is he? Like,
Look, you guys
So-
seem like the best chance at getting a tank right now, so he's in.
As you sort of are in the vicinity of them, there is something that piques your interest, actually. Looking toward the gatehouse, there are 2 small huts, and you can actually see in the middle, roughly, a skull that floats by itself. Every once in a while, it does light up with a bit of flame.
He's just gonna elbow the grumpy Kenku who refused to talk to us, and he's just gonna keep harassing him like, hey, what's that thing do? It's pretty metal. Flying
in-
skull? How do I do that?
As in the flying skull.
Yeah, just pointing right at it.
That's Barnabas. He's he was once a wizard. Look at him now.
So you're saying I could turn a wizard into this if I happened to know a wizard?
It's not our tale to tell. You should go talk to him. And they sort of just wave you off while they try and sort out the machine.
Yeah, I'm in. I'll walk up to the skull.
Agma always down for the chaos.
yeah, no
Yep.
kidding. Unreal.
Yep.
So,
I mean, we have to have at least one chaos gremlin, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm just gonna stride up to him and go, hey, that's pretty metal. How do I set my skull on fire?
you can, as you approach and you ask, this skull just goes, you can get yourself a bloody nemesis and lose. Who are you?
Ah, I am Ogma, possibly Hogma. You're saying somebody else turned you into this.
Yes.
I hear you were a wizard before you were a skull. Is this
A wizard,
another
and at
wizard?
this point, the flame sort of flares up around the skull, and it sort of glares at you. I am the mighty wizard. Who is this? What was?
Xenophon is just basically standing like C3PO, like right beside Alden, just like not knowing, like as he's watching this.
Doesn't shift your legs, just your torso.
Yeah, basically, yeah. With the gold armor. Like-
It was once a mighty of, and then you watch as this what looks like a small mud ball just flies over from nowhere and then just hits him right in the open jaw as it's trying to betray its might. And then you hear this cackling from the other side down near the red caps.
It seems like a bit of a hostile workplace.
Those fucking red caps.
Yeah, they're fun, aren't they?
I could teach them a lesson. I swear that these will. Would you?
So if you're a mighty wizard, could you set my skull on fire?
How about this? I'll assist you if you assist me.
We're just making all kind of deals.
He's
Listen,
not even gonna ask the term. He's just gonna go deal, stick his hand out.
Felix isn't even here. It's
Yeah.
Devil Deal the session.
Oh my god.
It sort of looks. You watch as the skull sort of just looks down at the hand and says, "One of those red caps once stole one of my teeth. I want you to get it back."
How am I gonna find one tooth in all of this? And he's just gonna point to all the garbage and bones and parts and
Parade it around. I believe. Sorry, this happened roughly a small while. Who was it? Mugger? No. Maybe Grubber. One of them took out. Was the last creature I saw parading it about. They go on about some luck or whatever it is, but it is mine. You want to know? Get it back.
yeah, he's just gonna run off to the biggest crowd of red caps he can find, shouting at Mugger, Grubber, who are you? Give me a wizard tooth.
Okay.
Agma fits right in here.
Yup.
So, as you run off into the red cap barracks, do you just start grabbing? It's like, are you this person? Are you this person? Sort of a thing.
Yeah, he's just gonna shout like a madman. He is a raving lunatic.
I'm gonna keep your 21 perception here. You're in the middle of the red cap barracks, and you do see a large amount of red caps. You also see red caps that aren't exactly red caps. These creatures look very similar, except instead of red, they have black caps. And the red caps seem to give them a very wide berth. With that perception roll as well, with that still using that 21, some of them actually cower away from you. But
The red caps or the bigger guys?
the black caps in this case. I'm just going to call them black caps for now. But as you start going around at these red caps, roll me a d4. Okay. So, as you go through, the first one you pick up sort of just merely spits in your face. The second one you pick up sort of gets mad, and as it pulls out a dagger out of its belt, you watch as another 4 redcaps start to crowd around as waiting for you to, expecting you to put it down. Blood seemingly in their eyes.
I'm just gonna go, you don't look like a grubber, and I'm gonna drop him from wherever I'm carrying him. Like standing height, let him fall.
Okay. As they all start to scurry around you, going back to whatever they were doing before. Do you take the time to watch or observe these creatures?
Yeah, see what they're going about. If they
Roll me a perception check then, for 10 minutes. Okay. You sort of settle down a little bit toward one of the edges in order to more appropriately gain the complete observance of this group, of this area. Over that 10 minutes, you watch as some of these redcaps seem to pass a small pouch between them. And you watch as it gets passed from one, this bloody pouch gets passed from one redcap to another. It always gets tucked into a pocket before it moves on to the next redcap, who puts it into their pocket. Continues on like that for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, does it seem like they're trying to hide it?
It doesn't look like they're like trying to hide it, but they're not being as obvious about it.
I'm gonna wait for it to change hands, and then I'm gonna go up to the new guy and just bump him on the shoulder. Hey, I'm looking for a wizard tooth. I'll gamble you for it. You got dice or cards or anything? 5-finger fillet?
I don't know what you're talking about. And then it dashes off. You watch as, not even 30 seconds later, this pouch moves from its pocket to another one.
Oh, entertaining.
Alright, I'm gonna bump I'm gonna bump one of the black caps on the shoulder and go, hey, 10 gold if you steal me that wizard tooth.
So I'm just double checking this.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Black caps are very, very finicky things.
Bonker.
What did you offer it?
10 gold if you steal that wizard tooth and give it to me.
It ignores you.
Aww.
10 gold and half a pie.
From where do you get the pie?
Pie.
From the dockhouse.
It sort of queries its head before a very coarse and unnatural voice comes back. What's pie?
I'll show him my half a blueberry pie that I stole from the dockhouse, I think.
Which is molding away currently.
Oh yeah, not a good pie. I don't think
Better than my
everything I
rats.
got-
Delicious.
As it looks at the pie, there is a madness
Need more.
in its eyes.
My kind of madness, or like Nuzalug if he saw what I was doing kind of madness.
Roll an
This is an
insight
important
check.
distinction.
Roll an insight check.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm gonna say,
Now,
not only do you recognize
First that's
a
only the
very
night.
familiar
Let's go.
madness, there
Oh,
is a
God.
certain kinship that you can pick up between you and me.
no.
I found my people.
Oh my.
All right.
And as it
Ogma's gonna
looks
stay here
up
for
at
his life.
you,
We have to get a new character.
Yeah.
as
Good
it
luck
looks,
saving Elturel, guys.
as it looks up at you, there is a slight manic grin that starts to just stretch across its face.
Hogma, roll like a Constitution saving throw. You are now horny.
You watch as it literally just runs and barrels into the red cap, the one that you pointed out, and then it just starts to tear it apart.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
We're not the ones doing combat. We didn't break our contract. We're not the ones doing combat. I want to make that distinction right now.
Yeah,
Yo.
hey, I didn't sign anything.
Yeah, true, true. I didn't break the contract.
As this madcap
Oh.
starts to tear this thing apart, the other red caps sort of turn, see what's going on,
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
and then they start to attack the madcap. And then you have this huge, big, small. You have this very contradictory of terms. Huge, big, small brawl
Big
of
brawl
just
versus big
blood
people and small
and
people.
pieces literally just getting torn apart in this middle of this melee.
Does Xenophon and Alden like see this?
Lasts for about 10
I
seconds.
imagine we hear from a distance just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like are we
Yeah.
seeing
You
this
guys
shit?
look up as you guys are pondering the way that this thing works and assisting you. You just hear this loud scrabble on the other side, and as you look up, you just see your companion looking over this bloodbath that seems to be happening on the other side. But it's
I've
over
Never been
very
prouder.
quickly. It is over very quickly.
I
Oh
feel
my
like
God.
Elfin just like kind of reins Xenophon's attention back, and he's like, "You don't need to go over there."
Xenophon
There's
just
no
like
salvaging that.
still as C3PO, just like turns with like it's just like his torso just like goes back to like doing something else.
See,
They're like,
Oh,
there's no
wow.
salvaging this.
as in the short amount of time that this melee is ensuing, it's only going to last maybe a couple of seconds. What would you like to do?
I want to specifically keep track of that pouch, whoever's got it. If it's in the middle of the fight, I want to stay as close to it as possible.
Well, it is current. So when it started off, it currently has it in its pocket, and then as the madcap tears into it, you watch as it literally just tears into it. So it's still technically attached to the whatever dead onto its dead body is currently. But now the other red caps are now jumping on the madcap, and although it's trying to make a fight, it is getting torn apart. So there is a very small window of opportunity for you to do something. A lot.
I'm gonna see if I can just swipe it out of the pocket while they're distracted with my poor friend.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh my.
I'm gonna say with advantage because of the situation you
How
have.
high is your sleight of hand?
It's actually a 4. I've got proficiency and everything.
Okay.
Okay, 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 okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, Bard stuff. You
Nary-
get Jack of all trades, and then you just eventually get to add your proficiency bonus
With
to literally
Nary-
everything.
Yeah.
Without
yeah.
too much of a
Pretty true.
hassle with this situation unfolding, you quickly reach in, somehow missing a lot. Somehow the creatures around you missing the limb that you're putting into this melee. And as you bring it back out, you have clutched in your hand a familiar blood-soaked bag. And then as you have a quick peek inside, you see a large tooth.
I'm gonna immediately shove it in a pocket.
Sure.
Is my friend just so dead?
He's dead. It barely lasted a few minutes. It barely lasted 30 seconds, this entire situation.
I did make a specific note that there is a kinship of mania between Ogma and the Radcaps.
I wasn't gonna part with my pie anyway. Are you insane? I'm just gonna walk out. I'm gonna find the skull again.
There are still more madcaps, by the way. They
Just
just
an agent of chaos, like for real. Like why? What are you? Like what
Yeah,
are you?
I've got him in my notes now. I'll come back if I need more help.
Oh,
Just
don't worry,
you
I've got the
take a
Madcaps in my notes as well.
Yeah,
As
no
you-
doubt.
as you take a few steps away,
Oh my god.
there is an explosion behind you. And as you sort of stop and look around, you just see bits of red cap flying out from the epicenter of this melee.
Oh,
Where,
oh, he
the
had a
sound of it-
grenade.
where
He had a
was
grenade.
where was
At the sound
once
of an
the
explosion,
dead,
Alden perks up.
where was once the living, well, it was once the slowly dying form of a madcap, is now just bits of gore.
He had a grenade. Oh my god. Come
that-
on, Andrew. Oh
that-
my stars. Oh, dude, he went out like a boss. What?
Either he
What?
had a grenade, or Madcaps just explode when they die. That's
No,
also a thing that might happen.
no. I think I like the grenade. He's just
You make your way back over to the flame skull. And upon
Barnabas.
yes,
yeah. What's the
Barnabas,
what's the Hag's reaction?
She's still prepping.
she is currently
She, like,
prepping.
Is she bothered by like the commotion? Or is she just like, it's Tuesday?
It's hell. It's Tuesday for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as
I feel like the Madcaps and the Redcaps get into brawls all the time. If
Yeah,
they were
she's
that
just
quick
like,
to-
oh boys,
like
boys.
he said the Redcaps like to give the Blackcaps some, or the Madcaps some leeway, but like I feel like the moment a brawl starts to break out, all of them just go feral.
Amazing, incredible, incredible.
Not 100% sure, but like they all jumped in on that melee really quick. Andrew?
so you head back to Barnabas, the Flame Skull, and upon procuring the tooth, you put it back into its skull. A somewhat finicky operation, since it does float, but you're able to get it in relatively easily. And it just, thank you, kind stranger. Who are you again?
Oh, you can call me Ogma, future Flame Skull. Now, what are we working with here? Do I have to be a wizard, or is that optional? Because I don't much like books.
What are you talking about?
Well, if I wanted my skull to float, how do I go about that?
Man, if only I ever had a body. How about this? We can trade places. I take over your body, you take the place of my skull.
Oh no.
Amazing, amazing.
You gather that
Pretty
this
crazy
guy
the
has
party that could
very
build.
bad memories, and this is going to go around in circles.
This.
You have
Oh
to take
my.
Listen, if we really wanted to, we could try to build the skull a mechanical body and just make him a warforged.
Is
Oh,
there?
dude, that would be sick.
could we-
Oh
could we-
my. We
can
we
we-
could too.
This is metagaming because me and Xenophon aren't there, but could we try to build him like at some point build him a warforged body and then just like have him accompany us as an ally?
Just like transfer Ogma's brain into like a warforged body.
Well, no, not even Ogma, just like Barnabas.
The skull,
Warforged
this
are
floating
just
skull.
machines
Just
with
try to
souls.
pick him up instead of me swapping places. Because I was mean to
Warforged
just
is
take his
just a
skull.
machine with a soul.
Okay.
But I don't want you to
Oh
like
my
immediately be
God.
like, yes, I'll swap souls. Before we try things.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him, you can have my body, but all of my possessions go to my friends over there. And I'm gonna gesture for him to follow and go and consult with Alden.
They say by this point it's like when we finished with the machine.
Yeah,
Well,
Xenophon
After
and
the
like
bloodbath.
Xenophon and Alden are like smiling, and then we like slow turn, like from like the explosion to
Finish
like.
off, and you hear this chuckle from this skull. You watch as the two ravens. One of them is ripping a contract in hand. Flies over to you. Flies over to Xenophon. Flies over to Xenophon. The other one to Avernus and in Ogma. And you watch as
Excuse me?
both of them have a very similar sentence of the mistress is ready, requires your presence.
Xenophon kind of looks to Alden. First of all, Xenophon is just like he looks at Hogma and then he just blinks and realizes like better not, don't ask any questions. Just it's Hogma, like let him do what he wants. So he just he kind of taps Lulu on the shoulder and he says, "You ready to face the music?" Lulu.
I'm ready when you are, I suppose.
Xenophon gives her a little scratch, like right behind the ear. They're hard to reach place, and he's gonna, walk over.
Okay.
As we're walking over to, I'm gonna try to pronounce it, Ignis Bibens Praetorium.
Yep.
I'm gonna point to the floating skull and say, if you want a machine body, let me know. And just walk in.
Here's my business card. And you just like.
Considering the fact that you're walking that way and Barnabas' skull is that way,
Oh no, I'm like full shouting it across the yard. Like it's not just like a statement. It's like yelling to a floating skull. It's like if you want a body.
you do realize that it's a fair distance away and you wouldn't have been able to hear it. This conversation going on.
Oh, fair
Well,
enough.
I wouldn't have or would have because it's like 60 feet.
It's bigger than 60 feet because there is no way in hell that
Oh, it's not to scale.
that's only 140 feet.
It's not to scale. Okay.
It's not to scale.
I will eventually ask Ogma what the hell was going on, and if it
Yeah.
comes up,
Xenophon-
I will offer it because like having a warforged ally sounds cool.
Yeah, no, this
When I
place.
get mail, I'm just gonna go, alright, Barney, let's put a pin in this. I'm gonna finger guns him, and I'm gonna walk off for him.
Because that's more akin to about 60 odd feet.
Fucking madness, man. Just virulent madness.
Oh, okay. So if 15 is like 60 or so, 60 feet away is like, oh, I'm like almost
I'm not
300 feet
putting-
away from that dude.
Yeah, I'm not putting anything concrete, but just to give you an idea, this place is huge.
No, the gist is like I'm give or take like 300 feet away from the conversation happening while tinkering on this machine.
Yeah.
I made friends with the crows. That's what matters. Or
Yeah.
friends. I fixed their machine. They're happy.
Looking at Pakita and Agni and Agnes. Agni, roll me. Actually, no, Agnes. Would you like to attempt to wake up Agni?
Well, that's a scary statement.
Or you just sort of grab him by the heel and drag.
Would you like to touch?
Good
luck.
Like what he's saying.
Does take you a while to attempt to wake him up. But I'm going to say that upon Alden's approach, you start to regain consciousness, Agni.
Ugh.
He feels that I'm like slapping him in the face to wake
Yeah.
him up.
Oh, you're full on slapping him?
Not too much, just kind of like, kind of quick slaps.
Your cheeks hurt a little bit.
He's a big guy. He can take it.
Your
As
cheeks do hurt
Agnes
a
is
little bit.
trying to, as Agnes is waking up, Agni Thistle will fly over, land on Agnes's shoulder, just kind of like point with his wing towards where Mad Maggie is, and then fly back.
What's up, Burn Break?
Because the ints went to like me and Xenophon and Agma. I don't know if it went to them, so I'm like,
Yeah, good call.
We're-
Good call.
we're gathering.
So,
Guys, we've been called to the principal's office, and I started a fight. There's an
Yeah,
explosion.
we're gonna get tension. I'm so sorry.
you do have, as you start to proceed toward where
Mm-hmm.
Mad Maggie is, you do proceed past Mickey the Flesh Golem, and it does still.
Oh, that's good to
seem
hear.
be dancing
Glad you stopped by. Say hi and join in.
Just a mental note of it.
I've
and
been
I'm not
my guy's been passed out for the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I don't know. Took a drink of apparently some strong alcohol and just out. Yep. He went into like the bar to get some information, had a drink, and it was a little too strong for him apparently.
Are his legs just uneven?
Do I have Bardic ticked off? Cool, I do.
So yeah,
Inside
just now woken up
I've been rolling high on what I'm not proficient in and low on what I am.
as we're getting called to the basically the. We'll see if we get in trouble. Not us, but because we've been passed out, but
She's
the party.
dancing in one leg, but that sounds amusing story.
It is dancing on one leg.
We'll see what happens.
If it wasn't for your intelligence, you probably would have thought it was somewhat mocking you as you walk in.
All right. Well,
That's
like,
too early.
Bernrick, you just
I saw that it
got
was
here
something
just at the
before,
right time.
I just like walk by, see its demeanor. Okay, cool. Nothing's changed, and I just
Yeah.
walking in.
As you walk in, you see Mad Maggie with
All right, so we got
a large
juicy pear
clean
or
platform.
boogers. It could be
Clean as you
okay
get
either
to
way,
the
I
place.
guess.
It
Let's see
doesn't
which.
have many contraptions on it, and
A
you
green
watch
one?
as she has
See if I can find
put
it.
in 2 braziers on either side of this platform. There seems to be a smoky.
I think it's this one.
Something smoky
Find out.
burning within, and it
All out of my drink.
smells foul. But there's also some sort of, as you walk in and you start to breathe the smoke, something that.
Okay, I think that's what this flavor is.
in its own strange way.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
As you all walk in,
Better
Bucky's
flavors.
gonna go, heck yeah, soup's on, and reach to take a fingerful of it.
and she actually pushes your hand away.
Yeah.
That is not for
Yeah.
consumption.
We'll see.
So
he's
chaotic.
always getting into things he shouldn't.
What I missed?
Control.
Agua tried
your-
to eat something.
Control your.
Of course he did. What are you? Like Hunter.
At this point, Agma's
At this
basically
point, we
a
don't
demon.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
I'm
What
working
are
on it.
you?
So,
Can Agma
all-
be a fiend patron for a warlock?
on this platform, you watch as Mad Maggie comes around with a cushion, which she places at the center, before she looks up at Lulu. Make rest here. And as Lulu hesitantly jumps onto the cushion, she looks at the rest of you.
Xenophon is like his helmet is down and he's like maintaining like confident eye contact with Lulu, like trying to quietly. He's a proud man, so he wouldn't say it out loud, but he's worried about her and he's anxious because technically Yeah, she signed a contract, but like contracts don't mean shit to people that don't care about them.
Probably gonna be taking a
And,
break here in a
he's
second.
intelligent enough to be
Possibly.
aware about that, so he's just like perpetually worried.
I feel like when Eldon signed a contract, I would have filled you in that blood binding contracts are like legitimately binding, not just legally. In Avernus.
That
If
said,
you're signing with
you've
blood,
tried to
it's
bind a hag.
attached to you.
That's not.
Maggie gestures for the rest of you, and she says, I will include you all in on this vision. In fact, it will most probably be required if you all stand in a circle and hold hands.
Xenophon immediately, like his orange eyes just like narrow at her. It's like,
She
that wasn't in the
holds out,
contract.
she holds out both her hands for a left and right.
Xenophon just like keeps his hands to his side. He does not hold out his hands. Like that wasn't in the contract, so he does not.
This is the contract. If you wish to know the her vision, her memories, then we must make the continuous circle.
Make an exception.
It cannot. You do not need to
Xenophon?
hold my hand, or a companion of yours is happily fine.
Xenophon fucking reaches out, grabs Alden with that. He doesn't give a shit. He just like doesn't care what Alden wants. Just grabs Alden's hand, fucking grabs Agni's hand, and just fucking glowers at her like the whole time.
Yeah.
Eldon will grab Mad Maggie's hand.
Okay. The flesh is
I will
solid.
put on a glove first, but like
Okay. Well, the hand feels like a hand. It just maybe a little old and wrinkly, but
Clammy.
it feels like a hand.
Oh my god.
your hand feels like a grandmother, and I don't like that.
Who holds the other hand?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Agni will grab Agnes's hand.
there you go. And as you all start to hold hands in the circle, Maggie starts to chant and chant. And as the sound of her voice echoes around the room, along with the scent of whatever is burning in those braziers,
Probably not worse than the dead rats on my hip.
Your vision starts to fade. And we're all going to have a quick break.
I was just about to say, I sent Felix that come hold hands with us, and I just wonder if
I
he's gonna be
just
like,
see that.
What does that mean? He's like, he doesn't know.
Oh, Felix is gonna be in for one hell of a treat when he comes back next week.
Oh,
New deal.
oh,
hello.
he might even join
He wants
tonight.
to join. Yeah, I think he might join.
Oh, yeah,
This is
he
gonna
said
be
he's
great.
able to join, and we're on break right now, so Felix will be here.
Fantastic. Well, we got past a lot of the deals being made and this, that, the other, which is fantastic.
I'm so scared.
Hopefully my internet
Alright,
gets
guys.
better after the break.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was gonna
I'm back
start
in a
this
bit. We'll
session
come
by
back in.
suggesting that we all make devil deals because he wouldn't kill us all, right? Maybe, probably.
all right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here.
Listen, I am
And yeah, we'll be back for this interesting stuff. So yeah, give us about 5-10, probably I think about 10-15, more probably about the 10-minute mark. But yeah, we'll be back here in a little bit, guys. What's up, guys? We're just getting back here. So yeah, we're getting back. We actually had our paladin join us. So yeah, we're gonna hop back into Discord. Thanks for kind of hanging out, waiting. And yeah. So yeah, let's get back into it so we can get back into the story and have some fun.
This hag wants to move the most everything out or sign a binding contract to avoid harm from anyone in the party and any of our allies.
Here, my parents said, did you read the stupid thing?
We did, yes. A, we did, and B, there's also a clause in the contract that any services we provide for Fort Knucklebone, we will be rewarded roughly equivalent services. So like me and Zen helping fix one of the war machines might elicit us the ability to use it to explore the wastes.
We might be getting a tank. You're welcome.
Yeah, we might be getting
Imagine
a tank.
how many
You're
demon
welcome.
things we can kill with that.
Imagine if I
will
use
say
my
my character would never sign
schematics.
anything. I would say my character would never sign anything like that, but
Oh no, you're not. It wasn't like a group.
No, you didn't.
Zenithon is specifically the one who signed it. It was just a single party contract.
So you're not on the hook for anything.
Zenithon took a quill, stabbed his finger, and went happy now as he signed it.
He's been very unhappy about the entire situation. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, kinda.
let's say, I think we'll just look at this while he's on the verge of just murdering all of you. Make any more stupid deals, you stupid deals.
I never made any deal. I was passed out drunk.
Actually, I already made a deal to switch bodies with this flaming skull over there, so I'm gonna have to resolve that one. But after that, I promise no more. I tried to shake hands, but
So, as your vision comes back to you find yourselves standing as the rich, radiant light of 100 dancing rainbows slowly dissolves. Warm sunlight
it's June.
fills this area. Within this space, Lulu flies lazily in a lush meadow at the center of a beautiful blindfolded angel. Sorry, at the shoulder of a beautiful blindfolded angel. As the pair strolls through the tall green grass, the voice of the hag, not present, fills your mind. Push through this vision. It only represents what Lulu wishes was true. We need to see more. So, as you take stock of your situation, everyone make a DC 10 intelligence saving throw, please.
Does everyone get the bonuses since I'm near everybody?
We're all standing in a circle, so we are within 10 feet of him.
I don't know why I have
We
bless
had
up.
to
I
hold
should not
hands,
I
so-
should not have bless up. I apologize. So it's just an 11.
It's fine. That's still a 3 from the Aura of Protection, so it still mats out properly.
Okay.
I'll got advantage too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll roll to see if I get a nat 20, but I don't think it makes a difference. No, so 19
16.
plus 3. 22.
I got a 20 or 19. Hey,
So I got like a
Agnes.
14.
Hey, we all passed.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay, Agnes, I see you. Not the wizard rolling a nat 20.
Wow, in a
You
28,
watch
what the fuck?
around you as you attempt to push past this dream, as Mad Maggie had mentioned. And you watch as the sunny meadow fades to black as this dream sequence moves. You find yourself instead now in a flame-encircled battlefield appearing on a barren hellscape. At the center of the circle, Lulu and the angel lie unconscious and prone, horribly injured. You see yourselves standing in defense of Lulu and the angel, facing outward as 6 small spine-colored devils creep closer. In the distance, a formation of battered and retreating human warriors disappears through a portal. The devils! Hisses a hag's disembodied voice. You must defeat those devils! So, on this particular instance, I need everyone to start rolling for their initiatives.
No, come on.
So-
No.
Okay, so
No.
he is summoned. I do just want to double check because he is summoned, but we are in a dreamscape currently. Is
You do
So
not have
the
your
thing-
familiars. No.
okay.
Is this Lulu right here?
Yes,
Yeah.
and the and the angel lying in the middle of each of you.
Okay, and the angel is on our side? I missed that part.
Yes.
It's the
Well,
unconscious,
unconscious.
blindfolded angel that Lulu was hanging out with in her little dreamscape.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry.
I'll let it slide this time. Just don't
Ooh,
do it again.
combat. Gotta love it.
Alrighty.
Miss
So,
Mark, I promise.
First off the bat,
Oh,
I'm
Ogma
gonna
is
weep myself now.
no.
Ogma is moving first.
We've still got all our items, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you were carrying on you, you still have. You just don't have any familiars.
Let's just start with a dream rat then. Throw, 6.
What are we fighting against? I'm sorry.
Specifically at this guy.
Okay, so you're tossing out a number 6.
I think that's the big badger.
Okay. Ogma.
Badger.
Giant badger.
Still need to invest in this guy's scarf.
Yep.
I'm just gonna point at this guy, bonus action, sick 'em boy, and that's my turn.
Okay. Well, that's gonna go up there.
Bet you.
Giant badger summer.
You're a snake.
Bite and claws. That is a 20 and a 14. They both hit. So that is a 4 and 5, so that's 9 points total. Alright, Agni.
All right, pulling out the bow. Bonus action, Hunter's marking this guy right in front of me. And releasing 2 arrows at him.
Releasing 2 arrows at this guy? Sure.
Yep, the closest one to me, basically.
Yep.
Regular Hunter's mark. 21. And 24. I'm assuming
Yep.
both those hit.
Yes, they do. You said you were hunter's marking?
Yep. So the first one is 15. Second one, 14.
Yeah, no, you kill it. And you watch as it flies toward you, it just arcs straight down into a lava point.
That's it.
Alright, Agnes.
As a bonus action, she would do the place song.
Sure.
And as an action, she will go to this one right here
Mm-hmm.
and hit it twice with the rapier.
Sure. An 11 will miss. 16 will hit.
Eight.
Okay.
Nice.
And that is it.
Noozle Luke.
Gotta love combat, guys.
Noozle Luke.
I ready my weapon and I swing whoever comes close to me.
Okay, so you're just readying.
Correct.
Okay. Well, as this one up here starts to get in, starts to get in melee, it is going to attempt to attack Agnes. That is going to be bite. That is a 9, and that is a 4. That is a 15. Both miss. Alright. This one is going to sweep up northwards, and it is going to attack Alden for 2 tail spines. That is a 10 and an 8.
Both miss.
Yep. This one here is going to launch itself at Agni.
Go for it.
That is going to be a bite for a...
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
This one is going to launch itself at Xeno. They'll both miss. And
You
as
don't
this...
know that.
No, we know which one it is.
Look, Angie just poured daggers at me.
So
Can I swing my weapon again?
this one is going to come in range, so you can definitely swing your weapon at it.
Hell yeah.
A 23 will hit.
I'll divine smite it.
Sure.
Yeah, you will.
Fuck.
Only
Fiends take
level
the
one,
extra
though.
1d8.
Is that double damage against fiends or demons?
No, it's
An extra
fiends or
1d8.
demons. You do an extra 1d8.
Yeah.
That thing's long dead, I think.
Yo, that thing is like triple fucked. Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
like
it's
over
like,
30 points of damage.
Yeah.
As he comes into range, you literally just cleave this guy in two.
I would say.
Yeah, no, that was.
So I did
32
less damage. And
Yep. Xenophon.
Cool. Alright. Guess we're gonna do-si-do. These don't look like... I don't think I'm gonna burn any spell slots. I think I'm gonna keep it pretty conservative over here.
Excuse me.
Xenophon is just gonna attack twice with the short sword.
Yeah. That'll miss.
9,
And that'll hit.
8 damage.
Sure.
Cool. Okay. I have bonus actions.
Yeah.
I'll save them. That'll be my... Actually, I do have movement. So I would like to... Where is the non-tanks? Okay. I would like to... Rage. Yeah, I wish. I would like to rage. I wanna
Just
stand
thinking
as wide as
Artificer Barb.
possible and keep this thing between me and Lulu.
You're not moving outside of its range.
No, I'm gonna like directly like oppose it. I don't want it anywhere near Lulu or the
Sure.
Celestial.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Ogmar.
No, it's my turn. You skipped over me.
Sorry, yes. It is your time.
I'm going to bonus action Hex.
Okay.
Just gotta tick that button, and I'm gonna huck a couple of Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay.
So here is 1 and 2. So
First
one of
one
them hits. For 14.
Nice.
yeah.
And then 3, 4. I will help stand in between Lulu and this devil. Now let's put a little concentration check to see that I'm concentrating on Hex.
I didn't do that too.
That's my turn.
Alright. Sorry, just let me quickly do one extra thing. Sorry. I'm doing things in the background, which is always fun.
Yep.
So, Ogma, it is your turn again.
Alright, bonus action, command the badger to keep on keeping on. Then I'm gonna circle around this guy and give him a slap.
Okay. You flack him. That'll hit. Okay. As the energy from your hand moves, you watch as the demon itself falls, hits the ground, and splatters. As this does, everything around you seems to shift and change. Give me a second as I quickly copy everyone's tokens again. Let me just come here instead. So, as the shift changes, the battlefield fades to black as this dream sequence proceeds, and instead you see a landscape filled with black, thick smoke. The smells of death and decay expands to encompass everything. The small devils that survived the previous dream kneel before you and offer to serve you if you spare their lives.
Sorry, am I allowed to talk out of character
Yeah.
turn order?
Yeah, there
I
is
think
no
we're
turn
in.
order anymore.
Yeah, we're out of combat now.
Okay. My character say, "No, you shall die."
Agni's just got a bow
Well,
trained
They're
on
all
them.
sort of just kneeling on the ground with hands over the head, sort of a offering.
We're not really a mercy kind of group. You kind of gotta offer us something quantifiable. What are you worth?
We offer, we offer to serve you.
No, let's just kill them. I'm just getting my sword out. I'm just gonna go up there and try to swing them.
Do?
You you can serve us by offering us your lives.
Okay.
I'll
So,
go like, Sasha, wait, guys, come on. We can use 3 little demons as servants.
They're taken out by
I-
1 or 2 attacks. They're useless to us.
These will take more damage.
They
I
don't
mean, at
even
least
like suicide bomb when they're done like the madcaps. We've got other resources, okay?
I'm
Jesus
listening to you, but
Christ.
News Luke is slowly walking towards them with the sword.
they're
I
not
just look
moving.
up and like,
They're
okay,
here.
fine.
I'm going to say that as you approach, if you approach one, you will kill one at this point. So, essentially, is if a character moves here, I'm going to assume that you're going to kill that one specifically. So,
I'm sure that's how it's gonna work out. So I will do that.
okay. One's dead. Two's dead.
Agni's
There's
gonna.
still one left. If
I'm just releasing the arrow at the third.
sure.
You
As the
can serve as
third
target
one,
practice.
as the third one dies, this sequence ends and fades to black. As instead, you find yourself wandering a vast, barren landscape of utter devastation. Black sludge rises rapidly out of the ground, enveloping your feet and gripping you tightly, overwhelming you with a horrible sense of loss. Do not let the sludge consume you, says Mad Maggie's disembodied voice. You must push through her defenses. She must look. So, finding yourself in this current situation, can you all roll an initiative count, please?
It's an initiative.
I need an initiative count, please.
19.16, baby.
She doesn't want us to let the sludge consume us, but did she think about whether we'd consume the sludge?
So,
Awkward.
Noozalug, acting first. In order to break free of the sludge, I need you to roll me an athletics or acrobatics check of your choice.
I don't think both doesn't. I think both suck for me. Oh wait, no.
Who does a acrobatics check?
Oh, I do. It's initiative order.
Yeah.
I will do athletics.
Okay.
You almost
Nice.
rolled 2 nat 20s in a row, and I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
Easily. You break free and you rise up out of this sludge. As you do so, you shake off this horrible sense of loss that had hit you from before. You can, at this point in time, you can do nothing but the help action on your consecutive turns.
Okay.
Okay? Xenophon.
Acrobatics, baby.
Okay. You find yourself trapped
There was one of those in there.
within the sludge, going ever quicker downwards
Sounds
into its
good.
depths. Agni.
I'm doing an athletics. Sorry.
I'm just going to use, for those people who are trapped, so I'm just going to quickly put tokens where everyone is trapped. And then remove it when you're outside of being trapped. And athletics, yeah, you also find yourself easily getting yourself out of this muck, this mire. Again, you can use your help action on consecutive turns.
Yep.
Ogma.
Let's have an acrobatics.
As you find yourself slipping ever further into this inky darkness.
So the athletic people make it through, but the acrobatic people can't. Okay.
Alden.
I will make acrobatics 19.
You pull yourself out of this, and it somewhat solidifies under your feet as you find yourself on somewhat steady ground again. All your feelings of loss again disappearing. Agnes.
It's acrobatics, but I do have advantage because of my blazon. 19.
Okay. You find yourself being pulling yourself out of whatever was gripping you here. Noozalug, back at the top of the round. You can attempt to help someone out of the mire, essentially moving up to someone who hasn't escaped yet and using the help action for their turn to give them advantage on that pull. Or you can stand back and let the initiative proceed around.
Will
I
you
go up
save
to
Zeno,
Xenoph.
who's actually trying, or Ogma, who's swimming down into it?
Yeah. I'd say I go up to Xenophon. I guess I strive it, but put my hand on the water and put my hand through it. Try to reach up and try to grab me, grab me.
Absolutely.
Xenophon fucking reaches out.
Yeah. So on Xenophon's turn, Xenophon, you have advantage on your check to be pulled to escape from this mire as it pulls you ever downwards.
Sounds good.
So, Xenophon, with the assistance of Noozalug, you find yourself outside of this mire.
Nice.
Okay, so we did this, and I pulled you up.
All right, Xenophon. Yeah. So My next turn, Xenophon is gonna make a beeline to like Hogma or anybody that needs help.
Yeah, so the next initiative round, if Ogma is still in, you can assist him further.
Okay.
Yeah. So your turn was your action to be pulled out, or to pull yourself out.
Cool.
Agni.
I'm going over to Hogma, and if he says he's like trying to swim into it, I'm grabbing him by the foot and just pulling.
You were doing what I was about to do, just like pulling him out. I was like, no.
Okay. So again, that'll be counted as the help action.
Yep.
Ogma.
Our help actions for Ogma always look
Let's-
different.
Let's see how Agni is a toddler wrangling. I'm a slippery man. It's all that goo.
I basically just grabbed you by the foot.
As
And I'm
you
holding on.
struggle to attempt to escape, or in your case, swim further in, I need you. Sorry, you take the following amount of psychic damage.
Oh boy. Okay.
Take 11 points of psychic damage. As the
RG10.
horrible sense,
Fuck me.
as a
Got
horrible
off
sense
easy.
of
I
loss
suddenly
You rolled
want
pretty
out,
low.
guys.
rise.
He rolled pretty low. He rolled 2 1s and a 2.
Yeah, I was about to say like you got off easy.
Yeah, that was very lucky. I suddenly very much want out.
I'm still holding on to your foot.
Well, how did multiple people help? I know there's only one advantage, but just like
I've got 2 feet.
So, Alden,
Alden will 2, 4, 6. Okay, I have enough space. I will walk over to Agma, grab the other leg, and just start helping Agni pull.
I'm going
you know,
to assume
I don't
that
want to
you all
metagame this,
crowd
but
around
you do have your
Ogma.
whip, right? You have your whip, right?
I have my throw whip, but it has to deal more damage. I'm just gonna give him the help action. Because like I also have to hit his AC to do that, so either way it's still a percentile.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume
You
that
know
you
I'm like
all
the
sort of
easiest one
crowd
to hit,
around
yeah.
Ogma, in order to try and bring him out. I take it. Is that true? Is everyone just going to try?
Those of us that can just start grabbing the limbs that we can.
Okay, I'm just going to cut straight back to Ogma, since everyone is just going to keep giving him the help action in this case. Ogma, roll me another acrobatics or
Hey.
Yep.
Nice. Both
You got
both
me.
legs.
yeah. You get heaved out of this black mire.
Is he just hanging upside down, being held by his feet?
Maybe.
I'll just kind of like
How
crouch
many
his down
mouthfuls
towards.
did I get in the meantime?
I say, see, do not eat mysterious goo. That's what
Try-
happens to you.
You were trying to drink the mire, but there was nothing actually drowning you. It's a very weird sense of you felt the liquid, but there was no substance.
Alden just
The,
kind of
so-
crouches
the
down
psychic
towards Argus.
damage was disappointment, eh?
Alden just kind of crouches down towards Ogma and is like, "You can't even become a flaming skull if you die here. Come on."
What's your end game? Like, no, let's all just take a minute. What's
I'm still holding him, by the way.
Do I really look like a man with a plan?
This dream area ends, and then you see as it solidifies again. Sorry, I didn't even realize I was on the screen. Anyway, you find yourself instead in front of a terrible scene filling your vision. The angel you saw earlier, surrounded by a throng of fiends, flanked only by 2 bloodied human knights wearing the insignia of high-ranking generals. For a moment, it seems like they will be able to hold against the devils surrounding them. But then a mighty pit fiend emerges, wearing a devilish grin and a cruel blade. In one fell swoop, the pit fiend severs the angel's hand at the wrist, sending her sword flying far away. The vision begins to darken and fade. just as the Legion of Devils finally bury the 3 valiant warriors beneath their unending numbers. The scene slightly changes, and instead you see now a huge dark throne of skulls, blades, and bones standing before you. Seated on the throne is a slim, red-skinned devil more than 13 foot tall, wearing luxurious black and red robes. The angel kneels before the throne, a human paladin kneeling on either side of her. All three are beaten and bloodied, looks of utter defeat on their worn faces. To the right stands an enormous pit fiend wearing a sardonic grin, seemingly presenting the captives. The devil on the throne speaks, dream muffling the words, rendering them inaudible, and a contract appears in a puff of black smoke to float eerily in front of the captives. The pit fiend seems to roar in protest, but a stern look from the figure on the throne silences the fuming devil. Meanwhile, an angry, resolute look comes over the angel's grim features, and only after a moment of hesitation, she signs the contract with a bloody finger. As she does, her wings melt away to blackened vestiges, her golden hair withers to bare her pale scalp, and her glowing halo becomes a ring of infernal fire. One paladin bows his head solemnly before putting his own finger to the contract, seemingly, immediately sending spasms through his form as it darkens and transforms, turning into something vile and evil. The other paladin roars in grief and anger at the sight of his comrade's betrayal, and swiftly snatches a dagger from his belt and slices his own throat. His limp form falls to the ground to lie completely still, blood flowing thickly from the deep gash in his neck. Just before the dream fades to darkness, you see the fallen angel leaning over to touch the body, a dark glow spreading from her fingers to cover the paladin's still form, and then the paladin's eyes reopen, though his gaze remains cold and lifeless. The vision fades, and you find yourselves back in the somewhat familiar hall that you had initially come back in. Still gripping each other's hands, Mad Maggie sort of contemplative over what had just transpired. So, is there anything that you guys want to mention or talk amongst yourselves first?
First of all, Xenophon is gonna look at Lulu, and he's going to kind of. How is she looking?
Lulu is sort of caught between happiness, sorrow. She's got a lot of conflicting emotions currently from what you are able to pick up.
Xenophon is going to like reach out a hand, like almost pause, like he's reconsidering, and then he's gonna keep reaching out. He's gonna pull her in, pull her close for a hug,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to cast. I mean, she probably doesn't need it, but he's going to cast Lay on Hands on her.
Sure. She does sort of nuzzle into the hardened breastplate of your form again.
Xenophon just holds her close, and he just hugs her.
Yeah. Interesting. You hear Mad Maggie sort of mutter to herself as she goes over the information. Very, very interesting.
She did it out of necessity.
This Lulu is more intimately tied with Azariel than even I was imagining. She looks over fondly toward the group, at each of you, before her eyes rest onto Lulu. You have given me much, much information. To think that she even had an audience of such repute. Ah, wonderful.
Given the fact that Matilda is part of the Obsidian Mandate, would Alden or Agnes be able to put together who she had an audience with?
Any of you can join on this.
What do I need to roll?
Roll a history or religion check.
Oh hell yeah, I'm good at that. Oh yeah,
Where are we
baby.
rolling? I just heard Matilda and rolling for something.
Just like stuff
Nice.
from the just like trying to find out who Zariel signed the contract with, like who she had the audience with, because Mad Maggie made a comment of, "Oh, to have an audience with someone of such repute," and I'm like, "That's alarming."
Xenophon, purely through tales that you had grown up with, you seem to think over some of the descriptions and what you just saw, and you could comfortably sort of nod and go, that was that was probably the Lord of the Nine Hells.
I relay that to the rest of the group.
As Alden and Agnes, as you both hear this, sort of makes the connection as well.
As much
I
as
like how
hate
we
talking
both
to
got
her,
14.
as much
I
as
like-
I hate talking to her, it seems we have questions to ask Matilda.
Agnes just smiles and a very like, oh yes, let's talk to mother.
But,
Alden scowls.
I like how we both got 14s.
There's been so many sibling parallels just in the roles of this campaign that like it's not even news anymore. It's just we were expected to roll the same.
You two share a brain cell. We all know it.
Lulu starts to pipe up in this silence and goes, I think I know where the sword is.
Xenophon Kluger cranes his head.
Or at least I know of the people who would know where it is. And you watch as Lulu starts to go over in her head some of the individuals before she goes, the big pit fiend. It was Bell, the former Lord of Avernus. Meanwhile, meanwhile, the shield pipes up and goes, those two humans were Elanthius and Harumon. Famed help generals of the initial crusade.
You know this why?
I thought we were all pointing out names of who we all knew.
No, but I'm asking why you know them. That pit fiend, was that you?
I am not Bell.
You can't just
Alden
go
just kind
around
of like,
accusing our friends of being pit fiends, Alden. Come on.
Zenith, is the
I am
hag in the
sure
room
you
with
are
us?
far more powerful, Shield. I'm sorry.
What was that? Sorry, Zeno?
Is the hag in the room with us?
The hag has sort of quietened with the names coming out within the room.
Xenophon is going to pointedly look at her and say, "What did you want this information for? What do you have to gain from all of this?"
At this, Mad Maggie starts to sort of wave a hand over at some of the walls within this room, which you barely even glanced at upon your entrance. And you can start to see various scrawlings, paintings, and other depictions of Zariel and her history here in Avernus.
Oh my god, are you saying the hag is Ariel?
No,
No, the hag is absolute. Zariel's chilling on top of the obsidian obelisk.
Yeah, I was
way
about
off
to
in the
say,
distance.
like, what is going on here?
The
No, believe
hag
me,
is
if it was,
just
if it was
Zariel's
Zariel,
biggest
you would
fan.
know.
I have a vested interest in how Azariel came to be. It
We
is
all
such
have vested
a
interests.
it is such an interesting story. I mean, how such a being such as her grows to such a place of prominence. Oh, it's fascinating.
Xenophon kind of like puts his hands out to his side and he goes, "Oh, so you're telling me you're just a scholar?"
It's what I said at the start.
Yeah, but
She
scholars
was
have
actually pretty
labels.
direct about that. She called herself a historian and everything.
Oh, I didn't
She
catch that
did.
part. I didn't catch that part.
So, Xenophon was a little bit one track minded.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You had an elephant to protect.
I do. I love Lulu. She's just my Lululemon.
When it comes to the one-track mind thing, Alden kind of like, uh, or like when it comes to the vested interest thing, Alden kind of just like puts his arm around Zenfit, reels him in, and starts like whispering into his ear, like, vested interest. That's a lot coming from you, who doesn't give a shit about the fact that she's your fucking mom.
Lulu
Talking
does.
to me?
We,
Yeah.
Lulu looks up at you, Xenophon, and goes, "We need to get the sword."
My mother would.
I brought that up to you.
My mother. So Xenophon is adopted. He doesn't know his like biological dad. He has no idea who his biological mom is. He has adopted parents that he's considered his parents his whole life.
Oh no, I brought up Zariel is your fucking biological mother.
Oh shit.
I brought that up, and you were like, I have no qualms. I don't know her. As we're like getting ready to try to like gear up to go fight her.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
Plot twist.
You guys were too focused on the fact that I used Eldritch Blast when I tried to bring it up that you were like, I don't give a shit. You made a devil deal.
So, Lulu is looking up at you, Xenophon. We need the sword. The sword. It's important.
Xenophon kind of like he closes his eyes. He's tired of prophecies. He's tired of devils. He's tired of demons. He's tired of the hag. He just slowly closes his eyes and just takes a deep breath and kind of reflects on what she said.
Alden will just give you a
Ogma's
hearty
gonna
slap on the back and say if there's anyone who could use the sword, it's probably you. Ogma?
he's just gonna cram into the dog pile and whisper, "Hey Lulu, do you think they kept the hand too, or just the sword?"
Oh my god.
Depending on, and Mad Maggie will pipe up at this, and she'll turn around and say, "Look, if you're trying to find these objects, I might know someone who could help you. A distant cousin of mine, Red Ruth, lives out by the Bone Brambles. Darn good diviner, but a bit whoopy if you ask me." As she does say this, the shield of the Hidden Lord pipes up. Red Ruth is hardly the only diviner at Avernus. The Archwizard Mordekainen spends much of his time doing research here in Avernus. If anyone could help us find these generals, it'd be him. Plus, I'm getting tired of dealing with hags.
Didn't think we'd have the ability to talk to Morningkind here, so that's a trip.
Meanwhile, Agni, you understand that if any information is to be gained, you could quite possibly try and seek an audience with where is he? Sorry, I had my information here just a second ago. Ugh. You could try and seek out the Wandering Emporium.
Got it.
And its proprietor, specifically, Mahadi.
Mahadi?
Mahadi.
Okay.
So Mags, that was a great story, and we fixed one of your machines down there, worth a tank or two.
You can go talk to Shuka and Clock. They were very excited when I fixed it. When we fixed it, and I'll gesture to me and Zenophin. I did the tinker. I did the tinkering. You pointed out the problem.
You have done us a service. It did come to my attention. I will provide you with one of my war machines. And I will provide you 2 soul coins.
Okay. I'm fine with the war machine and everything. Yeah, that's cool.
Talk to Chuka. He will provide you with the keys to the war machine. And she is very distracted right now as she goes over the information and sort of piecing together bits of history as things start to fall into place.
I'll just kind of like look at her. I'm gonna pipe up a little bit. I know we've offered you a service, but if you'd like to have possibly help us in the future, your flesh golem Mickey might be able to help out with the problem with him.
What problem?
Alvin will just kind of like start tapping his leg. Alvin will just kind of start like tapping his leg. So I imagine her grafting in together. She knows what I mean.
If you can fix the problem, I'll provide you with appropriate compensation. Do as you will.
I go to a trash heap and start trying to build a mechanical leg to fit over Mickey.
Okay.
Before we leave, I guess these chambers, Agni will ask Maggie, have you heard the name Night Picker recently? Or any word?
I understand that the tracker is not in this immediate area. Your best bet would be to look out toward... Give me a second, I'm going to pull up the map of Avernus. Last time word had sought from me, he was somewhere around the spawning trees.
I will have to check that out.
You do that.
Oh, believe me, I will.
And she tapped you on the head.
Can she reach my head? How tall is she?
She's a hag.
I don't know how tall hags are.
Like, they're like a little bit taller than most humanoids. She's like around Xenophon size. So like tall
Yeah.
humanoid to Furbolg, I think, is like their range.
Okay.
Yeah, Xenophon 6'4".
Yeah.
Okay, so she can
She's
reach.
a little bit taller. Yeah. All right. So, as you all start to depart, which I imagine you would. No, so
I'm
is that-
gonna build the leg first, but yeah.
Yep, we're gonna get to that right now. So,
I wasn't sure if you're getting to that or the skull.
you, as you start to peruse the scraps of this metal, roll a tinkering check to make this leg.
Dexterity, I imagine.
Sure. Or intelligence. Or intelligence.
I'm gonna switch it to intelligence. You said that after I rolled. My intelligence has a higher 12.
So, what are you creating? Are you just like creating a leg, or are you creating like a
I'm
sock?
essentially-
Or
I'm
what?
essentially creating what would be like, so you know those little like casts that like amputees have to like fit their leg into like a prosthetic? I just want to try to make
So you're creating
a prosthetic to go over his limp leg so that he can walk stably.
Yeah, so you're essentially creating a boot or a sock.
Yeah, just like a big metal boot that he can stabilize himself with.
Okay. So with a 12, it does take you a little while to build. And then approaching the golem, you force it down on its back. As you raise up its leg, you see... Give me a second.
Don't you dare make this golem a flasher.
I'm just double checking this, what it specifically states.
You get a big, nice view of flesh golem dick.
Also gotta have like, now we're getting into semantics. It's gotta have like stitches and everything across it.
You see a large bone fragment currently sticking out of its leg, or foot in this case,
Out of its foot?
out of its foot.
Does it look like a broken bone or is it just there?
It's there.
Can I... Oh, this is gonna be dicey. Can I cut off the excess bone fragment and then use my healing light to like mend the flesh over it before I put on the boot?
Roll a medicine check. Actually, no, specifically roll me an insight check first.
30-20.
This thing has somehow embedded itself into its foot.
Like a bone
So
sliver.
it's not its own bone shard, it's just there.
It is just...
Look, you built a whole boot for him. He just has a splinter. Ogma's gonna go up and try to rip it out. Just grab it with his hand and yank.
Roll a medicine check.
I didn't think he had a splinter. I thought he was just like actually crafted wrong.
Wow, way to insult Mag's handiworks.
I mean, I don't know. Gollumancy is weird.
It is. It could have been any one of a number of problems.
Yeah,
Roll
which
me a
is why I'm
medicine
like,
check
oh,
to
limp
remove it.
boot.
Roll me a medicine
I am
check to
trying
remove the
desperately,
bone.
but my page won't scroll.
Limp boot is. If you want, I can roll the medicine, and we can just help each other. Because we're both here.
Well, yeah, my page won't go at all. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
I'll give
we
you
can
the
help each other,
assist.
and 21.
Yeah. You together you end up securing the leg and removing this bone splinter from underfoot this golem. As it's removed, you watch as the flesh starts to warp and close behind it, somewhat grotesquely.
Yeah.
Alden just kind of.
And you hold in your hand a piece of bone, almost the length of an arm.
Oh my god. Just to be safe, Alden's still gonna like fasten the mechanical boot over just to like make sure that everything's okay.
And then
I mean, you made it.
you watch as you put on this thing and it stands up. It is now a flesh golem with a metal scrap boot on one leg.
I'm gonna guide Mickey over to Maggie, hold out the bone, and be like, "This was in its foot. That'll also help."
And it seems to be walking and not dancing anymore. It is now just walking normally, and whatever sound that it was making previously doesn't actually make that same pain sound anymore. It seems very
Sure, it
happy.
might be more efficient, but you took a lot of joviality out of his walk.
Yeah, but I feel like also just having the mechanical boot is
Roll
kind
me
of
a quick
amusing.
perception check. Just roll me a quick perception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just typing in my backpack bone the length of an arm. Because I'm keeping the bone.
Of course.
Why not?
Perception 11.
It's hard to really point out which ones, but some of the red caps seem to be walking around a little bit more dejectedly than before.
Alvin will flip off the red caps and then bring Mickey over to Maggie.
Of course.
Impalement. What a good prank.
At this, as you present Mickey, she throws you a couple of soul coins.
So do we get to pick which tank? Do you have any in Hot Rod Red?
No one's actually head to Chucker and Clonk yet. You guys had got caught up with Mickey the Flesh Golem.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to fix the limp because I figured she would help, like, give us some stuff. And she did.
Hey,
She gave us some soul coins.
We got months. Yeah.
We've now got like 4 to 5 soul coins because
Yeah.
Andrew just said a couple, so I don't know how many I actually got for fixing Mickey.
A couple is 2.
All right.
So we're up
So I
to
already
4.
have them. I might as well. I'll just put the
Couple
soul
is
coins
2.
in my bag for now.
3.
I'll hold the soul coins for now. They're just we've got 5.
Okay.
I'll keep track of them.
So,
Cool.
you do find yourselves back over with Chucker and Clonk. Upon your approach, Clonk, who sort of peels off to the side, still doesn't want much to do with any of you, as Chuka sort of reaches down and pulls out what looks a single key. And then he, what's it called? He gestures you over toward the large, one of the large infernal machines. I'm going to share this. I believe it's this one.
Is anyone proficient in land vehicles?
So,
Or you are Hell Driver this time?
I mean, I'm actually proficient in land vehicles for some odd reason.
I need to make sure that there is enough capacity. I'm just quickly double checking. Okay. So, they gesture you toward a large machine that has these terrible jaws leaning out of it, and trailing behind it a large ball. You find yourselves currently in the possession of a demon grinder.
I'm gonna make a whole new folder for war machines. I hope you know.
A grinder for weed.
So, this is for everyone. That's your
Okay.
demon grinder stat block.
Hey, we can fit us all.
Can we agree that if someone's going to pilot it, it's probably going to be me or Xenophon because we have proficiency with like all tools?
I have
Yeah.
proficiency with
So-
land vehicles.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
right,
it's not a tool, it's a vehicle. That's a
If
thing.
it comes to fixing, it's me and Xenophon. If it comes
Yep.
to piloting, it's Agni.
I guess I'm driving.
As he tosses you the key, Chuka will take you through the various different types of machines
Mhm.
that exist, of which they have a handful. There is a Devil's Ride, which is more like a motorcycle for ease of explanation.
Oh.
There is obviously the Demon Grinder. There is a Scavenger, which is more akin to recovery and salvaging operations. And a Tormentor, which is essentially like a dune buggy. Now, as he starts to talk about some of the various differences and so on and so forth, this does take a little bit of time. And he also goes through how to drive a demon grinder. So,
Okay.
it is pretty much it from there. As you all start to take in the information and whatnot, one of the imps comes over and says, "The mistress wishes to warn you to be on the lookout for." Damn it! I already closed it. He warns you specifically of a warlord. Give me a second. I almost have it here. My mistress wishes to warn you of the warlord, Smiler the Defiler.
Love that. Great name.
If you come across him, run. He isn't the only warlord in this area, but he is possibly the one most likely to just attack on sight and ask questions later. Have fun! And then he
Okay.
pisses off.
Wonderful. While everybody's packing up to go, Ogma's gonna start taking off all his equipment and packing it into the demon grinder someplace.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna go try to get in that skull.
In the skull.
Yeah, we'll see if he really will switch me bodies. I'm gonna specifically tell Alden my stuff's all over there. I'd like to keep it, and we'll see how things go. And then I'm gonna shout across the yard, "Hey Barney, you ready to get up in these guts?"
Hate that. Hate everything about that.
Barnabas just looks over to you like you're crazy, doesn't even know what you're going on about, and goes back to whatever it was doing before.
You got used for his tooth.
He's gonna owe me that tooth. Yeah, he's gonna pass up his one chance to have a human body. Only lightly cursed.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Barnaby's
Yeah,
too good
fine.
for you.
You never made a formal contract.
I tried to shake his not hands.
I type also off topic. I typed out a lot of notes today. I was getting way more notes out of this place than I thought we were going to get.
So, is there anything else that anyone wants to do here in Fort Knuckledome?
What about the whole session? Because I missed most of it.
Well, it'll be on YouTube here shortly.
Actually, that's what I was thinking. As soon as I get back to Texas, I'm gonna listen to it to see what I played today.
What did I do today?
Alright. So, the Demon Grinder starts up, and you start to guide it out of complex. The various red caps and mad caps scrambling to get out of the way in some cases, or in some cases, being thrown in front of the grinder as they attempt to escape out from under it. Oh yeah, such a wonderful place.
Just carnage.
Alvin just looks down at the wheels. I guess it's called the grinder for a reason. Is this the one that we helped fix, or is this just like a different one?
This is one that we actually did help fix.
Okay, so we at least know how this one works. I wanna make that clear.
Yes, well, relative.
Shoddy, we're the ones who are gonna suffer.
So, do I know the direction of the? Oh God, what was it called? The spawning trees.
Say again.
Do I know the direction of the spawning trees?
You know that they're on the other side of the river.
Damn it. Okay.
What was the other place
This
that was
float?
mentioned? Let's see.
We're looking
We had,
for
like,
the
Bone Waste
Emporium.
or something, yeah.
Well, there was the Wandering Emporium, but there was also the name of the location where people were.
So you
It
have
was
three...
finding it out. It was with the sword was mentioned with the diviner. Let me just go to Mad Maggie's thing. So we can either talk to Mordenkainen, but we don't really know where he is, or there is. Shit, where is it? Oh wait, there it is. Red Ruth. She is
in the
in
Bone
the
Bramble.
Bone Brambles.
Yep.
So there's the Bone Brambles, or there's, if we want to go to the other side of the river, which might be a little bit of an endeavor to do, there is the spawning trees.
Or we could go shopping. Yeah, those are our three.
The Wandering Emporium, Bone Brambles, or trying to find where.
There's also the spawning trees, or trying to hunt down Mordenkainen.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to just like beeline story things, do we want to try to hunt down that sword? Because that might help us clear the river quicker to get to the spawning trees.
Well, is getting across the river going to be hard because of all the armies or because of the river?
Yes.
Do we think
Yes.
the
Yeah.
grinder can go over it
The grinder might be able to go
or
over the river.
through?
So, if you ask Agni this, because Agni is going to ask me, the river is the river Styx. It is large. The grinder would not be likely to get through it. But there are ferrymen who can take you across.
And we have soul coins, so we could pay him.
Can they
But we
bring
wouldn't
the
be able to
Yeah.
bring
tank
the
with?
machine with us.
Because, yeah.
We wouldn't be able to bring the machine with us because I don't think it can cross unless he has like a boat specifically for war machines, which I'm not.
He could
Could
have
be.
a barge.
It could be.
The big
It
river's
very well
a good
could
place
be.
for big boats like that. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I'm not banking on that happening.
So I might as well call the session here, but we can still discuss exactly where we want to go.
Yeah.
I did type
good
it out.
here.
Can you just give me the names of the generals and paladins that Matt Maggie mentioned, or that the hidden lord mentioned?
Sure. One of them is. Let's go through.
Hey there, Bolo. You're spending all these before you get to Bean Boozle me.
Oh, we do also have the lead
Um,
for Lady Dazarin with the
Maybe
obsidian mandate, the
lower.
big bone sword lady.
Olanthius and Harumon.
The world ends tomorrow. True. We don't want that to happen, though. We don't want that
Which,
to happen.
if
But yeah, we are actually ending.
can I
Um,
have Agni roll me a
Oh, hold on.
That's just how I'm gonna type them for now because I don't know their actual spellings. But we know who we're talking about.
You nailed it, by the way. That is exactly how you spell it.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Almost. It's an I instead of an E on Atlantis. But Haruman is.
I was
Guess we're not
one letter
quite done. We're
off
just
between
finishing up
two names. I'm
a couple
totally
things,
fine with.
and then we'll finish up here.
Sorry, Agni. Unfortunately, the name doesn't ring a bell in terms
Nope.
of locations.
I know a couple things. I didn't spend a whole lot of time here, just enough to kind of know things.
Yeah.
So we've got a bone sword lady, a tracker, an arch wizard, a diviner, or a shopkeep. Who do we want to chase down first?
I think the shopkeep and the tracker are kind of this. I think if we go for the shopkeep,
Ignore
I
this
have no
X
It- it'll-
idea.
here
The
anymore,
shopkeep
right?
would be so useless to me.
It is
Wait,
rough. It's roughly over there.
Yeah, before we determine location, you said this is where Fort Knucklebone is?
Yeah, roughly.
roughly in that direction.
I just like the X wasn't moved, and I'm like, let's not decide based on the X before we say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I imagine Bell, the big dude who was with the thing, is at Bell's Forge.
Yeah.
But we don't have to go there anytime soon. I don't think we're strong enough to even remotely
Yeah,
attempt to
well,
dig on a
if-
pit fiend.
You gather that if you were to try and gain an audience with Bell, you would have to go through one of his intermediaries.
Is that one of Austin's?
We
That's
have
funny.
to find his secretary first.
We can
I
ask
like that.
around about it. I'll make that note on Bell's thing.
And I'm assuming we don't know exactly where the Wandering Emporium is because it's wandering.
It's a wandering emporium.
Yep, that's what I figured.
But there are many creatures who can find a way to things. So
Mhm.
if you make the correct deal, potentially, someone could point you as a guide.
So there's the bone brambles. Do we also know where the spawning woods are? Because you did not mark those on the map yet. Or spawning trees, rather.
You know what? I say we go straight to the monument of Tiamat.
There's your spawning trees.
Yeah, I was thinking that Kachi's Mall place looks pretty inviting. So
Completely different campaign.
Taking pictures of this because I haven't made notes of all these locations, so I just won't be able to type these out later.
We're gonna derail this campaign and go completely into a different one and try to bring Tiamat back.
I mean, okay, so can we try to go to the obelisk over the bridge? Yes, but if we want to avoid crossing the river as of right now, it looks like the only place we can go is the Bone Brambles.
Yeah.
Remember, the map is abstractive, so it's not exactly.
It's abstractive, but I imagine if there's one thing that doesn't shift around as much as the landscape, it's probably the river.
Yeah.
Like the river is kind of, like not like set in stone, but like the general area of where it's going to be. I don't think that's going to change that much.
Well,
Especially
I
when,
think
they're able to build a dock. I don't think it was going to change enough if they weren't able to, like, if they were able to build that.
well, I don't think the landscape truly changes a whole lot. It's just it could take you a lot longer to get somewhere than it did before.
Travel times are tentative.
Yeah. So I mean, if we were to go to the Bone Brambles, like we know it's over there.
I think it's regardless of where we go in the river Styx to try to cross, there's a really good chance we're just gonna get caught like right in the middle of a full-on bloodbath.
Most likely.
Which, like, XP, but also
Death.
I mean, we've got this nice new grinder. We can just drive right over the bloodbath.
What
And
you know, what you know of the battle is, as specific areas have the incursion of demons, devils will be in that area to combat them. They're not across the entire riverbank. It's like this is a pocket over here. That's where the current combat is. There are other areas of the river that aren't.
So, like, when we dropped over El Relic around here, when we looked down the first time, there was a battle below us.
Correct.
But there wasn't there. It wasn't there when we got down.
When we landed.
I was
Like,
still
we were trying to avoid it, but it wasn't necessarily like
you're
full.
you're on the far edges of that conflict.
Yeah.
But somewhere down here, for example, there might not be any conflict.
Yeah.
So there are places that we could theoretically safely cross the river.
Yeah.
The thing is, if we go to the Diviner, you might be able to, whether it be Mordenkainen or Red Ruth, you might actually be able to ask them a more accurate location of Nightpicker. Because, like, the spawning trees is just the last location that Maggie had heard of.
Yep. And then obviously the Wandering Emporium,
which
may have info.
Nice to know where it is.
So do we want to start with the Diviner or Mordenkainen, get some info?
We don't know where Mordenkainen is, so I'm gonna say Bone Brambles for now.
Sure.
And we could always ask her where Mordenkainen is if we want to.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Is everyone fine with Bone Brambles?
Yeah, sounds
That's
good.
fine.
Make one
Sounds like a-
informant tell us where another informant is.
Yeah.
Like, there's also like a bunch of information we could still get from her. Like, I'm not saying just ask her where Mordenkainen is.
Yeah,
Right.
but the fact that that was the first thing you suggested asking. Well,
no, the first thing I suggested asking was where Nightpicker was. But that applies to either diviner.
So I say we go there.
Yeah, try to trek our way across the wastes again. Quicker with the machine, hopefully.
Yeah.
See how many demons we can mow down in the meantimes.
Yeah, hit them. They're 40 points. On
Dude,
random
Juice,
days,
what's
we're
up?
going to roll a percentile
Thanks
to
for
see
the,
whether or not we roll
what's up, dude?
and get their XP.
Of course.
You're 12 months in a
There
row,
is an
dude.
entire
There you
chart about
go.
travel.
Got that.
And XP we get
Hell
from travel.
yeah.
What?
Hell yeah, dude.
Machines, are we all in?
Oh, we're all in.
I appreciate you, Juice.
You're all in one machine. It
Oh,
seats.
okay.
It comfortably.
Yeah.
We're all in something called the Demon Grinder.
It seats
comfortably
8.
Say my next question.
Yeah.
It's
it
a big truck with teeth.
Yes.
It's a tank with teeth.
Nice.
And
It's got-
enemies in the way have to make a deck save, a DC 11 deck save against.
Yeah, guys, we got a
4d10
tank.
piercing damage, and if they're prone,
And I'm
they
excited.
take an extra 4d10 piercing damage.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
You
is
got here for
somebody
the
driving
right
and
around that
somebody is
one
doing
year.
damage, or how
It's
does that
awesome,
work?
dude.
Oh no, the damage just happens when
I'm
it rolls over.
so happy. I've had a
There's
year.
also different attacks. Me has proficiency in land vehicles, so we all just kind of like, he can drive.
Yeah.
And
I
when
can
it comes to
attempt to
fixing it,
drive.
you
We can all also take a station for some weapons. There's
Yeah.
harpoons, a wrecking ball, and teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to like repairs and maintenance and stuff, Alden and Xenophon can work on that.
And does
How have
it
you been,
use
Juice?
gasoline, or what kind of fuel does it use?
It was fueled with arcane energy when we were working on it. I don't know how the fuel actually works.
So.
Sorry,
You know, I
guys.
did
don't
try
wanna
to
be in
ask
the
the bird
middle.
who ignored me, but
Andrew
Yeah, I
was
don't
about
want
to
to
say
be in the
That's
something.
right.
middle. Oh, sorry.
Andrew,
So
how does
how
fuel
could-
economy work in Avernus?
Okay. So, for ease of getting around, the game as written states that it runs on soul coins, and each soul coin has 3 charges.
Oh, I've been keeping busy as
What
well. I'm actually
putting in,
moving
what a
here
lot of people end up
shortly
putting
next
in,
week.
Is it runs
It-
on Demon
this coming week.
On Demon.
The-
what?
oh
Demon
boy,
Goo?
So it runs on Demon Ichor. The soul coins are essentially a nitrous boost.
Ooh.
Oh. So worst comes to worst, we could just sacrifice Okma and put.
I think he's got
I've
some
got a
demon
couple
ichor.
bottles that can go
Ekma's got a
first.
few
But
bottles
yeah,
of Demon
I'm
Ichor
on
that
the
he's already
list.
saved against and can't use
That's
anymore.
true.
So
Or his blood is too concentrated.
you've got like what 3 bottles or something of Minotaur Demon Ichor specifically? Something stupid like that.
No, Ogma, don't eat the gas. We need that.
You know, I already wanted to ask that bird earlier if I could eat the gas, and he didn't answer me because he was the bird that hates.
Yes.
Hmm.
You did
But yeah,
specifically
my
choose to
inventory
annoy
has
the angry
6
bird.
vials of Ichor.
Yeah, so okay, so we have some fuel. I'm gonna make
We
sure
have some
that
fuel.
runs on
You've
Ichor.
got some fuel. You can get to various places.
Pretty sure we could probably pick up some more by mowing down some demons.
Exactly.
We'll just
Okma
lick
eats
it off the
half-
wheels. Yeah.
So, any questions at all?
Not right now.
I'll watch it
My
on the
main thing was how
on the
my main
the
question was
past.
how fuel economy worked.
Yeah.
Cool.
To the bone brambles we go.
Because no one's asked me about soul coins yet.
Well, I
We'll
asked you
figure it out.
A little bit about soul coins, but not too terribly much.
Probably for the best.
Hey, as long as it spends like money, who cares if it's some tormented orphan?
Should be fun.
Yeah.
Felix, all good?
I know you want me to add.
checking in. You've been very quiet, so.
Like, it's like, well, I missed most of this location's information, and second of all, I'm like,
Hey, no worries. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks for the resub. Yeah, we were actually just about to finish up, so yeah, you kind of came at the perfect time.
my input
So,
doesn't matter. Sorry.
Have a good one, man.
It's always good
Thanks for
flavor.
stopping by. Good to hear from you again.
Always gonna what?
It's good flavor.
You have the goody two-shoes.
Is there anything else we need to do? Because I had to do like
Right
an
now?
all-nighter for a wedding. It's been bullshit, so I'm tired,
No, no,
guys.
it's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Right now it's fine. I know that you guys are heading toward the Bone Bramble, so I'll
Yep.
be prepping that area. I'll be hitting up transportation there on the start of the next session,
Cool.
in case anything happens. I mean, hell, you might wander across the Wandering Emporium.
Who
That
knows?
would be convenient.
It would.
Yeah.
Sorry to.
You wanna
I'm sorry. I
see-
don't add a whole lot to these games, guys.
It's all good.
What do you
Yeah, you
mean?
do.
What is
Yeah,
that
you're good.
supposed to mean? You do.
News Luke is a
great.
very one-track minded kind of guy, and we've accepted that.
Yeah. That's
But look,
You
we'd
care-
be
are
so much more evil if you weren't here. You're keeping us in line.
It's true.
It's
that-
important.
It's true.
we need that.
Well, you
We
see
need
how
that moral
much-
compass.
You say how much chaos Agma gets into when you are here. Imagine how much it would get to when you're not. He almost
Plus-
swapped. He almost swapped
plus-
bodies with a dude.
He made
Plus-
With a
Yeah,
Yeah,
skull.
I
massive
was almost
log,
a
like,
flaming
it's
skull
crazy.
before you showed up.
He almost just Freaky Friday'd himself in the middle of D&D. Like,
Plus, your voice is very nice.
Alright.
also, if you want to see how complex the web of notes has gotten,
I'm sure it's quite a bit.
I'm afraid to watch it. I want to crush my computer again.
there's so many dots of
Is that
notes.
like a psychological test to see what image do you see and how disturbed you are?
How does this make you feel?
All right, guys. Now we are. Yeah, we're actually going to be ending here. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're going to end here. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks for all the fun.
It's just like this whole list on the
I'll try and be live Monday. It might not be our normal time, like noon, because I'm going to be doing some packing. Because like I said, I'm going to be moving here. So I'll do what I can when I got the time with going live and stuff like that. Watch out for YouTube. I'll get caught up here in the next couple of days, so this will be out here soon. If you want to recap of where we've been and where we're at, feel free to check that out. You can search on YouTube, just Silent Squirrel, just like on here. But yeah, we will.
There's a lot of information that needs to be
We will.
in
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm excited to see where things are going. But yeah, appreciate you all, and have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.